Let's get everybody muted.
Touchdown, Canyon Lake! Holy cow!
Winners fakes, pumps up, and good.
And Anderson gets in on the belly, Pete Rose style. Dad, have you been any prouder?
Shot off. There's Pena on a one-timer.
Oh! Back to Bowers to Volterra. He'll launch a three at the buzzer. He got it! Oh my God! Keep on going. That one is belted deep to left and way gone.
Here comes Coburn for three. Nothing but net.
There goes Bates, touchdown, touchdown!
And we're here at not at Canyon Lake High School, we're at Davenport High School. This is Darren Lesturgeon along with L.J. Anderson, Chad Parma, and the Canyon Lake broadcasting crew. We're here bringing you the Davenport Wolves versus the Canyon Lake Hawks in their second district game here at Davenport High School. L.J., good to have you with me. I'll get you on there.
I'm glad to be here. Yeah, second ever. First time we've actually broadcast from Davenport High School. Yeah. It's a nice night, fantastic look over the horizon, back to the west, and it's certainly, Darren, going to be a game that is probably a little tense by Davenport. They lost a close one last year, and so I'm sure they're coming in, extra adrenaline.
Well,
and certainly, Canyon Lake is fired up to continue their one-game streak in the district.
Absolutely. So we had a big game last week. We were up in Marble Falls, and if you're wondering where Corey Martelli is, he has the night off. I'm going to be off next week. I got a trip I've got to take, and so we're kind of tag teaming things as we go. And so happy to be here. Happy to bring the game to you on behalf of Canyon Lake Broadcasting. And we have our student. It's a student-led organization led by the president, Evelyn, she's a junior, Evelyn Stevens, and our senior, Connor Cummings, who's the vice president. And then we've got Jacob King over on one camera, and Elise Rush, who's a freshman. These are both freshmen that we are putting into action on the two cameras. And then we've got a junior named Everett Hector that's going to be down on the field giving you those shots from field level. So we'll have a three-shot game that we're putting together for you. We had to piecemeal this. We had to piece it
really did.
Because unlike like other places that we go, there's no room at the inn.
There's no room at the inn.
So
and we got moved we got moved out to the barn.
We did.
We're out amongst the people tonight.
We
Darren.
are. So
we're amongst the people.
We had to set up over here on the visitors' side, up in the stands.
In the stands.
And as you can imagine, you don't have a flat surface.
No.
You don't have a flat surface up in a stand.
No.
And so we
do have skills.
We do have skills, and there we are up on the camera, the booth cam, as you will call it. And we're just up here. We were able to get a level surface put in place for us.
Yeah,
and
we engineered it ourselves.
We did.
We engineered and constructed by Canyon Lake Broadcasting.
We've been here about 4 hours now, just getting ourselves set up for this game.
I feel like I watched the whole matinee.
Indeed. And so we're thrilled to be able to bring you the game, but it has been a bit of a challenge. And so it's an intra-district game and an intra-ISD game because we actually are in the same district as Davenport, as the Carmel ISD.
Intra-ISD.
They're a CISD campus, and they're a 4A school like us, but they're located, for those that have never made it down here, they're located in Garden Ridge. Now, that's off of 3009, if you're familiar, going into San Antonio on I-35. There's an exit 3009, Garden Ridge. Used to be the old Garden Ridge. Used to have a Garden Ridge pottery place.
That's right.
There. That's
right.
really how it got
the
its
moniker.
name. And that's kind of the history on this little area. It's the road that also takes you over to Natural Bridge Caverns.
You know what? I know a Hawk Country reporter that might be talking a little bit about that here in a little bit.
That's an excited did you know sort of thing.
That's right. Did you know?
If you come down that road and you get to Schoenthal Road, you're just past that and you're just about to Davenport High School. It's one of the newer campuses. Opened, 3 years ago now, I think?
This is their fourth year.
Fourth year? Okay.
Yep. The first 2 years they did not play varsity. We got their varsity debut debut at our house last year, and an incredible varsity run. For a first year, it was actually a fantastic showing. J.D. Zimmerhansel, the head coach since the existence, made pretty deep in the playoffs. A couple games, finally getting expired by Cal Allen. 10-2 season last year. That's a fine, premiere. And the only other loss coming to Canyon Lake in a thriller at our house.
It was a thriller. It was one of those back and forth games last year, and ended up on a magical fake punt.
A fake punt.
Punt.
That's what turned it around, and then we went in and scored. We saw, a number of different things in that game, but mainly we saw a prize fight. And these two were going at it. Both of them starting out, if you recall, in the first drive with a score.
Yep.
And, just trading blows.
Absolutely. So with us also, doing production with us, I normally am kind of doing production and a little bit of everything. You don't hear a lot from me sometimes in the first quarter. We got Chad Palmer with us, and we've called him into action. He's getting his feet wet at running this thing. He's going to have full authority next week. So we're handing over the keys to the Enterprise, and he's going to handle it next week.
The Enterprise is pretty tough. You gave me a quick overview, and in that time we had a few things go down, but that's good, because if I run into problems, I won't have to call you all night. And
I will say that most nights, 75% of the time, it goes without a hitch, right? At least the computer side of it. Tonight, the computer was not happy. We had to reboot it multiple times, and so it may affect our ability to give you a replay. We're gonna give it a shot. If it delays everything so much, we may have to reboot and bring it back. So just bear with us. Maybe it's the fact we're up in the stands and not in some sort of covered area. We're used to being in a deer blind. So
that's right. This is definitely not climate controlled. We are amongst the elements and amongst the people. We're straddling the 50 and able to bring it to you from high above the stands in Davenport, kind of overlooking the west horizon, and it's turned out to be a beautiful night, pink out night for Davenport. So you'll see a lot of pink shirts, and the guys are wearing pink socks, and
it's pink out night for Canyon Lake. If we get a shot here in a minute of our own cheerleaders, they have brand new uniforms that are just purchased for the pink out month, the month of October. So absolutely, we want to get a shot of that. I know they were chirping in Corey's ear all week. Hey, you got to get our new unis out on the air. People want to see it.
They want it. It's a must see TV thing.
So we'll make sure that we get our roving cameraman over there, get you those shots. We got him out there on the field now. He is I can't even see him right at the moment, but I know he's out there. We got some shots that are popping in. Oh, he's over on the far side, man. He's over on the Davenport side.
He's
made the walk over there. We'll have him sort of all over the field tonight, giving you those field level shots as we are able to. So quite the atmosphere here at Davenport.
Yeah, and this is going to be a charged-up game. I mean, Davenport, first year, you were only one of two losses. The other one coming against an extremely good Cal Allen team that went way deep in the playoffs. Canyon Lake comes back a little bit different team than what they were last year, only from the standpoint that they lost so many personnel. So, it's going to be an adjustment on both sides. Perhaps the thing to talk about when you start talking about Davenport is their explosive offense, and we'll get into the details of that here in a little bit. But, man, the last game that they played against Taylor, it was a shootout, 59-42. And, we've seen a few of those games this year, Darren, but we've seen, I want to say, 4 now games that have gone into the 90s, which is pretty darn impressive, which also means, though, but guess what? Yeah. Canyon Lake has an opportunity to score too.
Right. So it means that it could be a track meet, because both teams have shown that they can score. We put up 50 points against Fredericksburg early in the season. We had a nice game last week from a point production perspective. So it could be a track meet.
It could be a track meet. So live action, tough on the cameraman and camera women as they make the adjustment to the ball going up and down the field, and I can't assure you what it's going to be, but I have a hunch that it is going to be fast-paced.
It is definitely going to be fast-paced. So it's going to be interesting as we go tonight. Whether or not there will be those key stops at the right time, and it could go either way. Either one of these teams is capable of doing that. So we'll see whether or not the offenses can produce, and whether or not one of these two teams is able to make a big stop.
Yeah, I can tell you right now, it's not going to be a factor of them scoring. They're going to score. The timing of when they score, I think, is going to be opportunistic. Clock management, and again, I say it all the time, all three phases, you're going to have to see a lot out of the special teams, as Davenport has shown the ability to break one loose a couple of times.
Well, we're going to take a quick break here, pay a few bills. And again, we want you to go out and patronize our sponsors. They keep us on the air. They pay for all the gear that we have. And so we'll be right back after these messages.
Have a heavy load? Call the professionals. Huth Transport can haul fifth wheels, travel and horse trailers, boats, ATVs, and so much more. Veteran owned and operated, Huth Transport is the reliable help you need. Call 210-373-1998. Again, that's 210-373-1998, or find us on Facebook. Let's go, Lake.
That Canyon Lake sunset doesn't get old. It's why most of our family and friends want to come visit all the time. The charm and beauty of the hill country, who could resist it? But like you, I don't have room for everybody at the house. The elegant solution is to let Bunkhouse be your guest bedroom. For less than the price of taking them out to dinner, your guest can have a safe and comfortable retreat after long days of exploring the hill country.
I want to thank our sponsor, North Shore United Methodist Church, for their continued support of Canyon Lake Broadcasting and the students of Canyon Lake High School. North Shore is the home of the fifth quarter, giving high school students of Canyon Lake a safe place to hang out, eat, and fellowship with friends after each varsity home game out on the pavilion. If you're personally looking for a church home, we invite you to check us out online or visit us in person each Sunday morning, where Pastor Sherry Clifton is bringing the message of hope and joy.
At Lucky Sports Bar and Grill, you won't fail to see the big Texas personality. Come watch some of your favorite sports while enjoying our great food or an ice-cold beverage from our full-service bar. You can choose between indoor or outdoor patio-based seating. Lucky's is now open until 11 p.m. every Friday, varsity home games. Go Hawks! We're located at 18100 FM 306, and we're open daily, and you can find our hours at luckysportsbarandgrill.com or give us a call at 830-935-3115.
Welcome to Mystic Quarry, a modern glamping and RV resort located near the Guadalupe River and Canyon Lake in the heart of the Texas Hill Country. Mystic Quarry Resort is designed for those who camp and those who don't, where camping is a style you get to choose yourself. Whether that's a tiny house, boho teepee, safari lodge, cabin, RV site, or tent site. Though our camping styles may differ, we believe that we're all the same in our love of the earth, water, fire, sun, and the night sky. Mystic Quarry. Seek a higher campground.
When it comes to buying or selling your home or land, Sunrise Realty Group is your team. Kim Gray, Angie Rowe, and Michaela Rios are Sunrise Realty Group with Keller Williams Heritage Hill Country. We have a proven track record of getting results for our clients, and we'd be honored to be your real estate agents. Our mission is to humbly serve our community by being helpful, honest, and hardworking agents who strive to provide the best service in the Canyon Lake area and honor God in all we do. We are Canyon Lake residents, Young Life supporters, and CLHS parents. Go Hawks, go!
Hey, this is Stephanie at Good Life Pharmacy. If you have not had a chance yet, stop on by our pharmacy and come meet our team. We are open Monday through Friday from 9 to 6 and Saturdays 9 to 2. Come check out our website at www.goodlifefarm.com. We also even have an app that you can use on your smartphones to help manage your refills and requests. You can even text us through the app and we can respond quickly to your questions and concerns. Again, stop on by when you get a chance or give us a call at 830-214-2920. Thank you so much and take care.
Hey, this is Corey with Canyon Lake Broadcasting, here to tell you about Homestead Roofing, family owned and operated by Travis Macha, where safety, quality, integrity is still in the game, serving Central Texas, Canyon Lake, and beyond. To get a free estimate, give them a call at 830-515-7862. That's 830-515-7862, or look them up at homesteadroofingcontractors.com. Voted the best by the Herald Zeitung here in Comal County.
here at Davenport High School as we're getting ready for a intra-ISD matchup between the Davenport Wolves and the Canyon Lake Hawks.
Yeah, and this is we've talked about it earlier. This is going to be this is certainly going to be a battle that you can already feel they were a little more intense when we were starting to watch warm-ups. And Davenport is still remembering last year, I'm sure, as
without a doubt.
Well, only one of their 2 losses, and it was interesting. Characteristically, Canyon Lake played a little bit different style early in the game, but ended up winning it with a trick play and passing. As Chase Anderson had a big night, Hunter Anderson had a big night. But early on in the game, it was all Elijah Johnson, and it was all run game in order to get their first couple of scores. But, tonight, Davenport comes in. They are not changing a thing. Zimmer Hansel has done a really good job of, developing teams. He comes from Bernie Champion, and so he's was the OC there, established his winning ways, certainly knows how to build a team. And prior to that was at Smithville, but nevertheless has established Darren the capability to establish a winning team and proved it last year. I don't know if there's ever been a team that has premiered at 10-2 coming into a football game or coming into a season, and that's their first season. So, I mean, to come in, make the playoffs, go 10-2, 2 tough losses, they had a really impressive season. This year, again, showing the propensity to continue their winning ways, running up big numbers. We're going to talk about some of their premier players, but the biggest thing is they found a way to win in several games, starting out 1-0 in district and 4-2 on the season.
So the team coming out of this win tonight really is in a pretty good position, at least to know they're going to get into the playoffs. I think at that point. So
that's right.
So I mean, everybody's jockeying to be in the playoffs.
Yeah, and that sounds kind of odd to be saying, okay, you're playing for the playoffs tonight, but honestly, you are, because you're going to take the top 4 teams. Marble Falls now already with a loss. Taylor already with a loss. There's a lot of teams right now that are playing to be 2-0 and establish.
We have the school song being played now by the band, so we'll bring that up and allow you to hear that. This is the Canyon Lake school song.
Yeah, and it's not often that we get the opportunity to do this.
A lot of times we never hear it.
Right. We're never.
But we now feel very conscious about it because we're sitting in the stands with the people singing it.
Yeah, and something that you need to remember, or the audience needs to remember, we have a live mic. It is in the stands with us, and we are in the stands. So if something happens to be heard on the live mic, I can assure you it is not Darren Sturgeon, LJ Anderson, Chad Parma that are on the microphone.
We certainly did not plan for that. That's for sure. So that was the school song of the Canyon Lake Hawks. And as you can hear, a lot of enthusiasm and excitement. Good crowd here tonight. Obviously about a 45-minute drive down from Canyon Lake. And so, excited for that. We'll certainly will bring you all of that action. LG, you're talking a little bit about what to look for out of Davenport.
You're going to be hearing the following numbers: 10, 12, 5, and 1, pretty much all night long. Number 12, Tristan Hamlin. He's a senior quarterback. This year, Darren, he already has passed for 1,604 yards. Last year, he went for 23-25 in 12 games. He has well surpassed the halfway mark at halfway, or more than half what he got last year at halfway, and this guy is explosive, 250 yards a game. He's got a 60% completion average and has been responsible for 16 of the touchdowns. He's been responsible for a number of their touchdowns, but the person most responsible for touchdowns is Barrett Fallon. This kid is a new kid on the block. He's a sophomore. Wasn't even listed in Dave Campbell's. He's just coming out of nowhere. 150.7 yards per game. So you've got a team in Davenport that between 2 people is averaging 400 yards a game.
That's impressive.
And then you get the add-on. Fallon has just been extremely exceptional, about 6.4 yards a carry. Again, we talked about it. Davenport is going to run the spread. They run the pro-style offense. They go typically in a 10 formation, which means they got one back in the backfield, no tight ends, 3 wide outs on one side, 2 on the other side, and they're just going to open it up. But they will run the RPO to perfection, and they do an exceptional job of that, especially on third downs. They'll run. It's not really an RPO; it's a read option where they're reading down on the end. Tristan has not shown a propensity to run the ball, having only 84 yards this year, but he can and he will at the right time. Their third down conversion rate is insane. It's over 70%. And, just a team that does a really good job, really disciplined, returning 10 starters on both sides of the ball. They're a well-seasoned machine.
And here comes Canyon Lake onto the field, so we got a chance to see that. So it's an RPO that is converting on 70% of his third down. That means it's going to be really a challenge for Canyon Lake to get them off the field on third down.
Right, and who does that challenge? So when we talk about how our front lines up against this, we're going to be in a 30 front. We've gone now to a 3-man front. We kind of tend to run a dime package. You'll see that a lot where we'll have 2 extra defensive backs or maybe an extra linebacker. Trevin Couture is going to be one who I hope you hear a lot of tonight.
Yeah, we need a big game out of him.
He's going to play in that spy position, and Eli Hammonds is another one. Both of them trade off in that spot, but it's a really difficult spot because you have to spy quarterback and play in pass coverage, and so they're going to both be challenged tonight. The defensive ends, I always say it, I can't say enough about Carson Reinertz. He's going to be tested, and then on the other side with the absence of Tristan Roberts, Ryder Hopper is going to be one that's going to have to really step up his game. Linebackers also have to play technique linebacker. They can't get fooled by the read option and bite on that run and then have somebody get in a soft zone behind them, which is kind of eating us up a little bit this year.
Yeah, and that's where you need players like Michael Anderson and Hammonds to really kind of step up their game in that regard. We've seen some of that. We've seen moments where they really have shown quite a bit of ability there.
We have, and they've been super impressive. Michael Anderson especially. Michael Anderson is only as tall as I am. He's probably about 5'9", but he plays 6'2".
He does.
He just gets off the ground very well, and he's able to see the ball. He reads the quarterback well. He's shown a lot of. Of course, we got Wonderlick back. The tools are there. We've got a couple of critical absences. Obviously, we've talked about Garza missing, and now tonight Carter Williams. You will not see his number. He's a critical two-way player for Canyon Lake, but we'll see how. It's next man up. And it has been for Canyon Lake all year.
And so we have the Davenport Wolves, and it looks like some of those middle schoolers and youth football and cheerleaders that came on behind them. You always see a little bit of a crash. Saw that out on the field.
There's a little turmoil.
It's always a little bit of turmoil.
Yeah.
But the Wolves are through the tunnel and out on the field. You guys all got a chance to see that. So.
From the Canyon Lake side, one thing that we saw last week is Crowder really stepped up and came strong with the passing game. Harris Gillum has proven to be one of his primary receivers and does a great job. This kid's got super athletic and has fantastic hands and has just been able to really show up in some key moments. Carter Williams, probably one of the primary targets. Again, we talked about being out tonight. But he's going to be one also that we're going to miss. But again, next man up. Abbott has shown the ability to scamper with the ball. Seen a couple of sophomores this year that have really stepped up their play. Cash Zimba has stepped up and done a great job. Caden Lewis also coming out of the backfield and doing a great job. But Caden Rodriguez making some fantastic catch. Caden Rodriguez may have the catch of the season this year. And in that one-hander that Caden pulled down on the sideline, it was a fantastic spectacle. But, you're going to miss players that you count on.
Yep.
But you never know who's going to step up, and I think that's the kind of night that Canyon Lake's going to expect.
Yeah, and that's where, for me, I think you expect Couture to really need to step up his game tonight.
Yep.
Rodriguez, you talk about him needing to step up tonight. Really fill some voids that have really we've been created by the injuries.
That's right. And Davenport does two things very effectively. They're good on the corners, out to about 15, 18 yards, and Tristan can really get that ball out there. But they run a signature play, and they have done it, and we saw it last year. It tore us up a little bit a couple of times, where they're going to run 2 post routes off the far wide side. And it is really going to be dependent on the safety that replaces Carter and to read that and stay in his zone. But
so we got Crowder out there, senior.
Crowder, Wunderlich.
Anderson, Wunderlich, and
Stevens. Yep.
And I'm trying to see, and that's number 1, so that's Greiman that's out there. And
yeah, they're a little bit shielded right now. I think I see number 10. That is going to be Tristan Hamlin.
Yep.
He's their quarterback.
And I think Zahir Livingston's out there as well.
Zahir Livingston, we didn't talk about him. He's averaging 10.25 tackles a game. Has well over double-digit sacks, or well over 6 sacks, I think. He is another force. Senior linebacker, number 55.
That's our own Everett Hector out there on the camera giving you that shot of the coin toss.
And let's see who else.
52. Did you get 52?
52. I think that's who we're. 52 is defensive lineman Ryan Howell.
So he's out there
as well.
So Davenport has won the toss, and they have elected to take it. They'll have the wind is kind of coming slightly across, but I would say it's coming from, if you're looking at the field, from right to left, if it's anything, if not a crosswind, but probably a little bit of impact there. We're going to now go to the national anthem that will be performed, and we'll go to the bands that will be playing that, and the PA announcer.
The lead rifleman, Cadet Captain Azaria Aguero. The trail rifleman, Cadet Staff Sergeant Caroline Soto. And the lead saber, Cadet Captain Tatiana Sundstrom. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, Senior Haley Hinman will sing our national anthem.
And that was your national anthem, sung by a student at Davenport. I didn't get her name, but hopefully you did, as you got a chance to listen to it. And
good rendition.
We'll let the honor guard exit the field with the flag. We had a big flag held there by the Davenport JROTC, so nice job there. We're represented here as well by our JROTC under the leadership of Major Lawrence Garcia and First Sergeant Major Michael Medina. So always happy to see that representation out on the field and in the game. So we're getting ready to get this thing kicked off as the coaches are making their final directions and getting ready to take the field. Canyon Lake will kick off. They'll have the wind pretty much at their back, and they'll be kicking off to Davenport, who will be in the, as we see it, they're in the maroon tops with the white pants, and Canyon Lake's wearing the white with the, what do you call this, Vegas gold?
Vegas gold.
The Vegas gold pants and green helmet, so good look for Canyon Lake. They'll be kicking it off, and of course that'll be our own, let's see, no, that's Strassner that's handling those duties
Van
these days.
Osdal
Van Osdal has the extra points.
That's right. Strassner handles kickoffs.
We know that Strassner's dad is a assistant principal here.
Yeah, we got a little field mic, I think, in here. And
probably got a little bit too much of the crowd mic trying to bring that up, so bringing that back down. How's that? Is that better for you?
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Okay.
I mean, you can hear him twice.
Yes. Yeah, no, I understand.
Which means that for our listening audience, they can hear it and then hear it and then hear it 7 seconds later.
You can also tell that the wind is kicked up.
Yeah,
now, usually we're in a booth and our mics are not picking up the wind, and our mics are picking up as well as the crowd mic. So we're trying to manage that the best we can, but it's going to be a little bit of a nemesis all night long as we are up here amongst the people on the Canyon Lake side, and got a pretty good crowd here for this game.
Yeah, Canyon Lake travels well, and they certainly being close by, this is a well-traveled game. You know, this is going to be an exciting one.
And here's the kick from Strassner. Got to go to deep. It'll be fielded by number 1. And there's a big hit by Rylan Appelt. Boy, he came in and just laid the wood to number 1. That was Emmett Griman.
Yep. I had the pleasure of coaching Emmett Griman in baseball for several years. Shout out to his folks.
Well, he met Mr. Appelt right there in the hole, and that's going to they'll get the ball at the 25-yard line. After all of that, that's where Davenport will set up shop. A little bit of a check on the quarterback here. That was Daniel Sukup in there playing quarterback.
Yeah,
so that's
Sukup's in there in quarterback, and this is unusual. We weren't prepared for this change.
That's a little bit of curveball on our side.
Well,
so we'll try to
speaking
get
of curveballs, Sukup throws about as fine a curveball as you've ever seen.
Man in motion. He pitches it to number 19. He can't get it. That's going to be Kyler Payne. Payne can't handle the ball. Pitch right to him from the quarterback. That'd be Sukup, and it's a fumble on the play. They're able to recover it.
Yeah, Opelt was crashing down, just not able to get a handle on it.
I think they're going to call that a forward pass. That's why the ball goes back to the line of scrimmage.
That's right. So now look, they have
changed quarterbacks
again. You know, Sukup, they just tried to give them a little bit different look.
And so Barrett Fallon now comes into the game. You got twins right, single split wide left, man in motion. That's going to be Sukup in motion. That's a different quarterback right there, even from what we saw. That was number 10 that threw the ball. That was Hamlin.
Yeah, Hamlin, so they didn't line up.
They kind of confused me on the lineup because they actually had Fallon back there for a second and sort of a wildcat.
That's right. They had him in a wildcat. Hamlin with the ball.
Enough for a Davenport first down. They get out to the 39-yard line. Down, pass out in the middle. Picking up 15 yards all the way to the Canyon Lake 44.
And Darren, that's that place that I talked about where they have that RPO. He does a good job of riding that out, freezes the linebackers. And receiver able to get behind him.
Griman was able to get behind him. He's coming off that sort of that tight end position. Now handoff up the middle to the running back number 12, Barrett Fallon. He goes for about 2 yards. It's going to bring up second and about 8, make it 7, I guess.
Going tempo.
Toss out to Fallon. He's going to go forward maybe 2 yards, met by a host of defenders with Wunderlich leading the charge.
Yeah, Contreras in there. We said he's going to have to call his number a lot tonight for us to be successful, and he steps up to the task.
Now bringing up a third and long 4, if you will, and this is definitely where we need to get a stop. And there's the quarterback, shifty inside, going to dive at it. We're going to be right at the marker. Looks like they're going to give it to him. Boy, they had him bottled up, and that was not, I'm sorry, that was Fallon that took that.
That's right. And what did we talk about in third down in their third down conversion rate?
Yeah, back to Hamlin behind center. Trips right. Pressure from Couturier. He's getting away. Ball's thrown over to number 1, Griman on the sideline. That's going to be good for about 9 yards. Going to bring up a 2nd and 1, and they're going with pace. That would be Davenport.
Griman, recognizing his quarterback was in trouble, just ran to an open spot just then.
And there was Couturier had good pressure. Would have liked to see him make a little contact on the quarterback there. So it's going to bring a 2nd and 1 from about the 24-yard line. Handoff to Griman. That's a great play right there by Wunderlich as he comes down the line of scrimmage from the linebacker position and wraps up Griman.
You know, it's interesting they talk about the linebacker play. He is playing off that block. He's freezing just long enough to come off the backside of the blocker.
That'll bring up
penetration.
That'll bring up a 3rd and 7. So again, can they get a 3rd down stop? That was the question. Can we get a stop on these guys and make that happen? So once again, we've got Hamlin at the quarterback position. He rolled to his right. Got a little bit of room, and he's got a man wide open. That was over to Payne, Kyler Payne, that really got lost in coverage.
Yeah, and again, it's not that he runs the ball that much. Hamlin doesn't, but he moves around in the pocket so well, he's able to give those guys some time to find an open spot.
Yeah, exactly. He runs his guys open. That's a pretty nice thing. Well, Hamlin takes a snap quickly out to number 6. It was in the slot on the left side. Got a block out front, met by number 6. So that was DeAnthony Moore, tackled by Ty Badger, who's out there playing that looks like a strong safety position. And that's a 1st down for Davenport. They're down about the 8-yard line. Handoff inside to Fallon. He's got a little room. He hits, and that's going to be in for a touchdown, Davenport. So just like that, with 8:43 left here in the first quarter, Davenport goes the length of the field, or at least from the 25-yard line, and punches it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, and you reminded me last week they ran the tush-push play there, Darren.
They did. Lot of people adopting the tush-push. And that's going to be number 27, Miles Mendez on the extra point attempt, and that's good. So with 8:43, Davenport, the Wolves, draw first blood, and they get on the board with a 7-point touchdown.
Yep, and it was well conducted.
Yeah.
They're all 6-point.
They're all 6-point unless
That's
they
right.
don't. Yeah, that's it.
6-point with an extra point. But no, well conducted. I mean, the offense just then, kind of making quick work out of it, but very efficient. Put themselves in 3rd down. That's the thing. Some teams panic in 3rd downs, and Davenport does not. They just don't. Having
they
the
live on it.
confidence in 3rd down, allows them to kind of open up their playbook a little bit different, where they can go for a big strike or something at 2nd down and long.
So it's early in the game, and you hate to say, hey, this is a key moment, but the question here is, can Canyon Lake answer back?
Well,
and it's not imperative necessarily they score on this possession, but the fact that they're able to put a drive together and move the ball effectively is a big piece of this equation, because you're going to have to match them score for score.
You're going to have to go score for score, and here's the reason, because Davenport is going to score. You just can't let them get so far out in front of you that it's hard to catch up. In other words, don't dig yourself a hole. So blow for blow.
So Miles Mendez, the kicker, the senior kicker for Davenport, will put the ball into play. And he puts his foot into the wind. It's going to be caught at about the 15-yard line by Couturier. That'll come out as a touchback to the 25. I thought, but guess not. I thought he did a fair catch. I
thought he fair caught it too. I mean,
he waved a fair catch there, but oh yeah, they're going to go to the 25-yard line. Crew over on the sideline was a little confused. So Canyon Lake, the Hawks will set up shop at the 25-yard line. First possession of the game for them. Just checking some of the folks in the. I see Evan Poole in there on the offensive line. And we had a whistle. Must have been a movement of some sort. Let's see. Usually that's what happens when they call it dead.
Yeah, and it's It's not the way you want to start out for Canyon Lake. Early movement, put them in a hole to begin, but there is some dialogue going on the sidelines. Charlie Drum's having a conversation with the line judge saying, look, they can't move in order to move us off the ball.
So after that, Canyon Lake will be penalized 5 yards. They'll bring up a 1st and 15 from the 20-yard line. Canyon Lake up to the line of scrimmage. Dive off the left side. Not much there. That was Abbott. He was hit quickly by number 5. That's the linebacker, Livingston.
Yeah, Livingston is a number you're going to get to call a lot. Number 52, one of the captains we saw on the field, coming off the end, too, and backside proceed to make that play.
And Canyon Lake to the line of scrimmage. He goes back for a pass quickly over the middle. That's the try to get it over to Harris Gillum, and they're gonna say it's off the turf.
And that was a well-designed route, well-run route by Gillum, finding where the linebacker is and getting in behind him. Crowder unable to deliver it. It's kind of off the turf, but a well-designed play.
First pass of the game for Crowder. He was amongst the trees there, and I think it sort of kind of hurried it just a little bit. The ball comes out low.
Last year, Canyon Lake came out with 8 consecutive runs and just kind of ran it down and scored. This year, early pass, I think you're going to see a heavy diet of pass tonight.
Well, now it's 3rd and 15. You pretty much have to do something there. So Crowder back, finds a man out at about the 30-yard line. That's going to be Rodriguez, Caden Rodriguez. He's immediately hit by the backer. That's going to be number 8, I believe, for Trenton Evan Williams, I think.
Yeah, he coming out of that corner slot, actually, and he kind of filled in for a vacated linebacker who was up on the run. Good read by the corner just then.
So Canyon Lake will go back to punt. Not the kind of first possession they wanted. And we've got a timeout Davenport. A little bit of confusion as to who was to be. They might have had too many men on the field. I didn't get the count on them.
I didn't get the count either, but remember, it is that punt that they probably remember.
You think they've watched a little film on that.
Yeah.
So that's
Davenport last year and I think this year too may show a propensity to try to do some things that are a little bit off cue. Last year, right after scoring, they tried an onside kick and almost converted it. Going in and out of the hands of one of the defenders, and Canyon Lake came up lucky on the recovery. But the point is that Davenport's not afraid to do anything in order to win this game.
Yeah, no, they're going to leave it on the field, that's for sure. So Van Asdal will set it back up, and he'll go back. Coach Drum's still not happy with the officials. I'm not sure what that's all about, but he's still not happy. But I think he's still upset with that first down penalty that he got.
Yeah, he really is, and there's something going on up front that's causing him to get unnerved about this.
Van Asdal with the punt. It's going to be high, and it's not going to be very long. It's going to go out of bounds. No, it hits about the 48, but takes a Canyon Lake bounce all the way down to the Wolves 38-yard line. So it got a good bounce on a punt that looked like it was going to hang up there and wasn't going to do much.
It was about a 17-yard punt and about a 20-yard bounce. I mean, that was an impressive.
He needed the 20-yard bounce in the worst way.
Whatever it takes. A high punt like that can be dangerous for the opposing team because they don't know it's coming down that short. Hit them in the back, and it could be Canyon Lake ball.
So Canyon Lake sets up on defense. Quickly right there is a pass to number 2. That's Sukup, the backup quarterback.
Yeah, and Sukup also a super talented athlete. Plays a lot of different sports, for sure baseball.
Brings up a 2nd and 2. Fallon hands off to Livingston. And check that, not Livingston. That's going to be Fallon. And he's going to get the first down as he goes for about 8 yards.
Yeah, and he's starting to show his 6.4 yard average already.
So the Wolves take it across midfield down to the Canyon Lake 48-yard line where it's a first down for them, and they'll set up shop. They got twins right. One wide receiver on the left. Fallon looks like he's called something off. And it's a little swing pass. Gets about maybe 1 yard. That's from Hamlin over to Daniel Sokup.
And Ty Badger on the play. I love that name, by the way.
Yeah, Ty Badger is getting some time at left corner.
Ryder Smith also out there. So on your corners, you've got a couple of new ones.
Wolves with trips left. Hamlin goes deep. He's got a man well covered by Ty Badger. Badger probably the only one that had a chance at that.
That was actually Ryder Smith that time.
I'm sorry, Ryder Smith.
Yeah,
I apologize
Smith,
there.
But no, he does a really good job of not putting him in a position to have to flip his hips. You know, Emmett lines up and he looks like he's going on that post route, stays down the sidelines, and he never got turned around. He was able to keep the receiver in front of him. Ryder Hopper coming in.
Reinhardt comes off.
So Opal and
so we bring up a 3rd and 9 for the Wolves. Hamlin deep, twins left. He rolls to his left. He gives the pitch over to the running back. That's 12. That's going to be Fallon. But he's going to get stopped short, maybe yard and a half. We're going to see if they're going to go for it. They're probably in 4-down territory most of this game. 4th and 1. Twins left. Hamlin on the snap. He hands it off up the middle. And Fallon is going to get hit quickly, but I think he got enough for the first down.
Yeah, that's going to advance it. And they're staying in tempo even in the transition. As Canyon Lake continues to move people on and off the field.
Hamlin goes back and has a man deep in the middle, and he is wide open. He catches the ball about the 5-yard line. That was number 13.
We talked about that.
Dante Singletary, and he was wide open.
Yeah, they're playing the zone. They run that post route, and that double post is dangerous.
Hamlin hands it off to Fallon up the middle and over the left side. He trots into the end zone pretty much untouched. And that'll be another touchdown for the Wolves.
Yeah. Heck, Davenport even goes tempo on the extra point.
Mendez with the attempt. It's down, it's up, and it is, well, it looked like, well, we got a flag down on the play, so it looks like there's going to do-over of some sort. Let's see what happens here.
They got a procedure. It was movement on the left side against Davenport, so it kind of slows that down, makes them make another shot at it.
So they'll line it up, and they will try that again. Miles Mendez is the kicker, senior. Snap, hold, up, and good. From our angle, it looks like it just goes right over the top of that far post, but good each time.
Yeah. You know, and Davenport starting out in Cruz with no sign of a bent shaft. I mean, they have just kept the throttle down.
100%. They have been in rhythm the whole night. And again, getting them off the field on the 3rd down has been the thing that Canyon Lake has not been able to do at this point. They did have 1 3rd down. They were able to stop them. They went for it on 4th.
They went for it on 4th. So, you know, if your 3rd down conversions, if you look at both, and I've heard several commentators talk about that, you can't look just at 3rd downs. Look at both and see how many times they convert a first down with more than 2 downs.
Well, I got a report that Ty Badger may have not be on the squad. That number 6 may be somebody else. We don't know. We just call what we have on the list here. So
yeah.
We'll check on that. But
Yeah, Ryder Smith's the one in at corner, and, it happening so fast, every once in a while we make a mistake. Apologize for that.
Well, we just know that we don't know who number 6 is, but he's in there making some plays. So we'll call him out as number 6 until we get notified otherwise. So Mendez will set it up, and he will tee it up to kick off to Canyon Lake. Back deep, you got Cottrell.
You got Gillum.
Gillum and Van Osdol. And there's the kick. And there was a fair catch by Van Osdol, and that will go to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, and it's kind of been the call of choice on our kickoffs. They rather than risk it and cause issue deep in their territory, they'll put the hand up in the air.
Yeah, I think these days with being able to take a fair catch and get the ball out of 25, a lot of coaches would just soon do that unless they have a legitimate deep threat. Yeah, they can take it to the house.
So I'm told number 6 is Isaiah Uresti.
Isaiah Uresti. Okay, well, yep. He obviously has moved from his position as 56 to number 6. Okay, so they're mixing things up.
That's what I'm getting. Someone else chimed in and said that it was Uresti, and someone else said it might be Graham Simpson. So
Graham Simpson is number 16. We know that.
Okay, so then it must be Uresti.
Well,
You'll see Simpson come in at quarterback maybe every once in a while.
Well, Uresti had been out a couple of games. Was nicked up a little bit, but he saw him at the volleyball game on Tuesday night, said he would be back, so that makes sense. Maybe just change his number based on what they have him doing. Or 6 became available.
But 6 became available. I knew a number 6.
I did too. Crowder under. Flips it over to Cottrell. He's got a couple of blockers out front. And he gets down, maybe picks up a yard. A lot of distance and not much picked up there as the Wolves come up hard. That number 11 out on the corner does a nice job of coming up and really forcing that play. C.J. Tanner not giving any ground.
I love how physical Cottrell runs. He is not afraid to lower his head. And, that's impressive from a guy that can run 4.4.
So the board says they didn't gain anything. It looks like maybe they gained a half a yard, but it's not a full yard. So it'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. And there's a handoff inside. And, boy, the defensive line right there just came down the line of scrimmage and just ate the play up. That looked like it was number 41 for the Wolves, Walker Birch.
Yeah, and it's coming off the backside, and that's the thing that you know that you can go look at and say, okay, we're gonna tighten that up a little bit. But that backside pursuit has been what's been good for Davenport so far tonight.
It has. And it just says, look, they've been doing a lot of study on the.
That's right. They've seen the film.
Crowder back. Ooh, and he gets hit hard. That was number 5 that came on a blitz. Whew. That was Zahir Livingston on a delayed blitz from that linebacker position. And yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, Crowder is
slow to get up.
Slow to walk off. That was a bona fide football play right there.
The pocket really is getting moved back around Crowder quite a bit. That opened up, and Livingston came on a delayed blitz from that middle linebacker position and just absolutely leveled Crowder. So it's a good thing he was able to get over to the sidelines. Van Osdol will punt again. We have a whistle before the play, and looked like another timeout. Another timeout from the Wolves, 2nd of the half.
Yeah, that's surprising. 2nd in the first quarter.
Both on punt plays.
I know.
Which I'm not sure I fully understand. So far, Van Osdol's didn't get off a good punt right there. A good thing that actually they called timeout because that punt was set to go about 10 yards.
Yeah, and it wasn't like they had a 4th and 2 where they thought maybe they're faking it or not. We're sitting at 4th and 13 approximately.
Well, but deep in the territory, they could be saying, hey, wait a second. Given where we're at, we're going to put on a block. And it could be student body all up the middle right here.
quick score. Lamb passes up 7-3 on
the
Taylor.
The ball has been placed back farther than the yard marker. I'm not sure what that is all about. We've got the ball doesn't seem to be placed in the right spot. If the yard marker's in the right spot.
The line judge is in a completely different spot.
So we had a little bit of confusion over there with the guys in stripes. Snap to Van Dalsdal, gets it clean. Gets a little better punt on this time. It's going to get fielded at about the 50-yard line. And that's where Griman will make the play. Emmett Griman, and that's where Canyon Lake will set up defense, and that's another short field for the Wolves, who's had good field position outside of the first kickoff from the 25. They've had pretty good field position here in the first quarter.
Yeah, and this is where it can get scary for Canyon Lake. They really need to stop right here.
And it looks like we had a little bit of movement on the Wolves. They're going to mark them off 5 yards right there. A little motion.
Well, it appeared to me that Hamlin was trying to say something at the line of scrimmage. There was confusion on the alignment on that play.
So they'll mark off 5 yards, take them back to the 46-yard line, their own 46-yard line. And they'll be 1st and 15. Twins right. Swing pass out to Fallon. Let him a little long, and that's going to be an incompletion. First pass really that we've seen Hamlin not connect with his receivers.
That's right, and it was an excellent swing pass, well-designed play, but Couture read that all the way. Couture saw that coming, saw Hamlin and read his eyes, saw Fallon coming out of the background, and did a really good job of picking that up and moving down to make that play.
Now we have trips right. Hamlin deep. It fakes the handoff, hits him on that little bubble screen as 19 dives inside, just takes a one-step inside cut.
We're going to talk about that play call here in just a second. That was another well-designed play.
That was, again, Kyler Payne. 3rd and 2 from the 41. Hamlin on the snap. He wants to roll out. Gets past those first onslaught of guys. Thought Canyon Lake might have had it defensed well, but they kind of run past him on the blitz, and he gets the first down. So he moves the sticks. That's Hamlin does it on his own.
Again, and not a read option, but an option play just then. Again, making a good decision for the first down.
Hand off to Fallon, and he's going to go for about 4 yards.
Couture on the tackle.
Twins right. Hamlin puts Moore in motion. Rolls out to his left. Looking downfield, and he's got nobody to throw to. He gets to the sideline. That could be a hit late, but no, they just knock him out of bounds. No flag. That's going to be a first down, though. He goes for about 11 yards, I believe. We'll see the spot. Yeah, that's going to be a first down.
That was 6 again. I did get confirmation that is Isaiah Uresti out there. So, yeah.
And Uresti coming out off of that dime position. He's the additional defensive back.
First down for Davenport. Twins left with Moore and Singletary. Moore goes in motion. Hamlin looked like there was some sort of motion. I'm not sure what happened. It was called on the offense. Yep, that's going to be a procedure. And that's going to move him back 5 yards.
You know, you watch the linebacker, Wunderlich's coming up and continues to kind of encroach. You know, maybe just causing him to flinch a little bit, knowing that he's coming hard.
We didn't get a number on that, so we don't know who did it, but nonetheless, they'll set up shop 1st and 15 from the 30-yard line. Hamlin back. He wants to go deep. Man's covered. He gets tattooed that time. Held the ball for a long time, and that was Carson Reiners that comes from that defensive end position and said hello to Mr. Hamlin.
Textbook play by Carson Reiners. He holds the edge, comes off a block. As Hamlin tries to step up into the pocket, he sheds the block and is able to come up with a big play just then.
Davenport, second and about 16. Trips right. Hamlin wants to go that direction, sheds the pocket, finds Griman on the sideline. He makes a move, makes one player miss him. He gets all the way down to the 5-yard line. That's going to be a first down for Davenport just that quickly on that rollout. He had 3 guys in the route.
Yeah, he spun out of the first tackle and then able to break one more for yards.
They get down to the 5-yard line, hand off to Fallon. Fallon gets hit. That was Anderson that made the first contact, and then he's pulled down by, looks like that's going to be Cotrere for no gain. Second and goal from the 5. And that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, and I think
just that quickly.
Well-needed time to get to the first quarter. This defense, and this is the thing that's dangerous, is that Davenport, if they want to, can keep your defense on the field. And there's just not that many bodies on the Canyon Lake team in order to be able to platoon in and keep fresh legs. You can tell they're rolling them in. Hodges is rolling them in as fast as he possibly can to try to keep them fresh. But they, you can tell they're starting to get a little bit tired.
Yeah, they are. And it's like you said, the end of the quarter comes at a good time because they really definitely need to sort of see if they can't stiffen up here and hold them to a field goal.
You know what this is a good time for?
What is it? Oh, yes.
It is a good time to talk about our Hawk superlative.
Hawk superlative. We didn't really get a chance to do that today, so let's talk about that Hawk superlative.
Well, you know what? I got to talk about Haley Eckert.
Haley Eckert.
Haley Eckert is a volleyball captain, but that's not all she does. She led the team the other night against Fredericksburg, their win against Fredericksburg with 13 kills, and played lights-out game.
Oh, it was a great game.
Darren, I think you called that one,
Got to hear it on Canyon Lake Broadcasting. That was quite a game. It was they just came out. They won in 4 sets. Really, from the start, just played with a lot of confidence, and you could see that in the game against Bernie that they really do it. And Haley Eckert is a big part of middle blocker. She's the striker. She's the one that's going to get up there and put it down, and does a great job on the volleyball court.
Yeah, well, she's number 19 in her class.
And there's a big play right there. The ball is pitched out to Fallon, and he's met by Reinhardt, who comes up hard from that defensive end position and absolutely tattoos him.
I love when Reinhardt is able to get back there. Top 10%, she's on the NHS. She's also on the powerlifting team.
Awesome,
and the golf team. A big shout-out
big athlete
to Haley Eckert for being our 6th, I believe.
And to the Eckerts in general. They follow us pretty closely. They certainly make all those volleyball games that we do. They got family over in Louisiana, so it's always fun. That brings up a 3rd and 10 for the Wolves after that big play by Carson Reiners. They go back. He's going to throw a fade into the corner, and that ball was well covered over there. That was 15 on coverage. That's Tristan Alexander on the coverage. He wanted to get it over to Griman.
It's well done. They like to run that fade route to Griman. Tristan does a good job of just getting in the corner and not doing too much so that they throw the flag, but staying in the plane of the ball. And as Griman goes up, they're able to knock it away. Excellent defense by Tristan.
We have a 4th down now. It looks like there's a little bit of discussion going on, and I don't know what that's about. Oh, I think they wanted a drink. So the ref said, "Hey, we could use a little something. We're a little bit parched."
So I've never seen a referee call timeout for refreshment.
Well, maybe it looks like he's cleaning the field.
Cleaning the field.
That will happen.
The fast-paced game has caught up with somebody.
Somebody
and
might have left the lunch out there.
That's right. They're
that needed to be cleaned up.
They are cleansing the turf.
That makes a lot more sense.
Happens to the best.
It does.
So technically, that is an injury timeout.
Well, they got to clean it up, and so it looks like the Davenport team is over there. Their squad is over there cleaning up rapidly. So maybe it was a Davenport player that was struggling with the pace. I don't know.
Well, it has been fast-paced.
It has.
Especially on the Davenport side. I mean, they have not come out of tempo. And it's not just no huddle. It is tempo football.
So they are going to line up, it looks like, for a field goal. Try to tack 3 more points on the board here early in the second quarter. Already up 14-0.
I guarantee you there's a couple athletic managers did not plan on that being what they got to do today.
No, they have 4 people out there, and it's been about 2 or 3 minutes, and they're still finally like they're getting done with it now.
Yeah, that's not one that you thought you were going to do when you signed up to be the equipment manager.
No.
But these things happen, you know.
Yeah, so 27-yard attempt here by number 27.
Miles Mendez. We know he has the leg. We've seen him put the extra points well through. Holds down low and no good. It was right of the far post from our perspective, so that's a big stop right there for Canyon Lake. I know they went all the way down the field and got down there to the 5. We talked about how good of a timeout was that quarter change.
Exactly. I mean, that's exactly what they needed.
And it's exactly what they needed. They kind of got together. Reinhardt makes a big play. And then the fade in the corner. Alexander does a great job covering it, and the ball goes over on downs.
You know, and they needed that for a lot of reasons, none the least of which Davenport has had the ball not necessarily deep in Canyon Lake territory the whole night. They've had to travel a lot of yards.
They have.
And to get their scores. I mean, they've gone far enough to where see the sign that says 9.8 miles. You can go east on I-10.
Well, this is where the depth over there on the Davenport side may begin to have an impact on the game. Nice run right up the middle off the left side.
Now here's where you stop that. Ball control offense on the Canyon Lake side.
And that was to Cotrere.
That's going to be a trick.
Now check that. That was Lewis up there. Lewis pounds the ball up there, gains about 5 yards, and that'll set up a 2nd and 5 from the 25. I think the line to gain is the 3rd. Maybe that's a 6. I call it a 6-yard gain right there. So we'll call it 2nd and 4. Back to Lewis. Tries to get him on that backside, and that time the penetration on the right side of the defensive line just clogged that up.
Yeah, and unable to get around his blocker. The penetration caught up, and backside pursuit. Now, again, we talk about that. A lot of these tackles for Davenport tonight coming from that backside.
Joseph Reyna and Gianni Evans-Williams, boy, they just collapsed the middle of that line on the right side. You had Reyna over there that was playing nose tackle. He just went out. Brings up a 3rd and 7. Cotrere, and boy, that speed of Livingston was something to be seen right there as Livingston comes from that middle linebacker position and just cuts Cotrere off.
Flying. And Cotrere had the advantage as he started to turn up. Livingston never let off the gas.
No, he came like a rocket from that middle linebacker position, just on a streak, and covered about 15 yards in a heartbeat. And that'll bring up a 4th and 4. So the 2nd down play netted them a loss. Van Osdol just barely gets it off as he drops the snap. And that's going to get the ball over to the 40-yard line or so. 41, we'll call it the 41. So that's going to be about a 20-yard punt. And lucky that he got it off, quite frankly, because he took his eyes off the ball as it was a bit low, and it hit the turf, but he was able to get it back in his hands and got the ball up anyways.
Yeah, and I may have jinxed this. Now all of a sudden Davenport with their foot on the gas inside Canyon Lake territory.
So they'll set up shop. Twins left. Hamlin. And there's an inside pass. Bobbled a little bit by the receiver, but he'll take it to the house. That's number 2, Daniel Sokup. And just like that, the Wolves make them pay on just an inside slant, and there was nobody covering the middle of the field. Sokup bobbled the ball just a little bit, but then he reeled it in and went to the house, and there was nobody between him and the end zone.
Well, it froze the linebackers in. They lined up in a 20 set. They were able to show that play action.
And Mendez this time is up and good. So just like that, Davenport puts the points on the board that they just narrowly missed in the last possession, and took them one play in order to go the distance to go the roughly 41 yards into the end zone.
Canyon Lake in zone that time. They had 2 safeties back. They're able to freeze the linebackers with that play action, get in behind them on that quick slant, and just move quickly down the field. Well, Canyon Lake one more time comes on the field to receive the ball, and that was a quick score after a big stop by Canyon Lake in order to force that.
You take all the good out of the stop, and unfortunately, you give it all right back to them in one play. It's painful. They didn't really have to work for it that hard, and made them pay. And there's Mendez with the kick, and that's going to take him all the way back into the end zone, and it'll go off of Van Alsdahl through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback to the 25-yard line.
You know, the hallmark of the Canyon Lake offense, the slot T offense, has been ball control, 3.5 yards, convert third downs, and run time off the clock. And I think that's what is really hurting right now, is that the offense has just not been able to get everything going. And so, opposite side of the ball has been on the field an awful lot. You're really hoping that Green right now is going to try to find something in his bag of tricks that keeps them in ball control and kind of gives the defense a little bit of a break. That is what I was talking about. Big run right then by Couture as they're able to come off that left tackle and versus speed and first down, Canyon Lake.
Nice job, Canyon Lake, getting out of the way. Crowder hands it off to Couture over the other side, and he's torpedoed by number 11. Defensive back over there, C.J. Tanner. He's going to gain about 2 yards.
C.J. Tanner, another young man that I was had the privilege of being around in baseball.
Very nice. Well, we'll see if we will see if the Canyon Lake can get anything. I expect they're going to use a lot of ground game here. They want to try to take as much clock off. There's about 8 minutes left here, 8:42 left here in the half. I'm sure they would say, let's figure out how we just grind as much clock out and try to keep them out of the end zone between now and then. Yeah, they would like to score, but they certainly don't want and we got a timeout. There's a little bit of confusion, and Canyon Lake will huddle up and talk it over.
Well, the additional disadvantage is that Canyon Lake is now into what has become a fairly sophisticated stiff wind. It has really picked up as this game has progressed, and so the wind is going to be a factor with this passing game. So, as the wind picks up, we haven't been super effective. The ground game is really kind of what they're seeking right now. They haven't had a lot of luck up the middle. 349, 34 power has not really been super effective for them. But we're starting to see Cottrell able to find some room on the edge and showcase his speed a little bit.
Indeed. So, yeah, when you look at the 11 out there on defense, they're not also going both ways for Davenport. So that tells you a little something about the depth of what they're working with over on that side. Canyon Lake up to the line of scrimmage quickly, second about 7, and he is just met, and I think that was Cottrell on the handoff. But there was no movement that time on the right side of the line. Big number 44 for the Wolves. That's Brody Vestal. Just blew that play up. Never got any movement on him.
Sophomore. Big human.
Big kid. So 3rd and about 6, I would say. Canyon Lake really needs to get another first down. A little bit of discussion. We got a substitution.
They had a substitution. I'm not sure why they can allow for that to happen because there wasn't a substitution on Canyon Lake side.
Crowder goes back. Wants to get the ball out of his hands quickly. Over to Gillum. And Gillum comes away with it. I thought at a moment he lost it, but the ball bounces off I think the defender's shoulder back into his hands, and that's going to be a catch.
I don't know how he came
But
up
we
with
had
that
a
ball.
flag in the backfield, so let's just hold our horses here. Oh, we got a roughing the passer. Okay, so that's going to basically give us the first down plus the penalty, I believe. That was a big play as I followed the ball and did not see the quarterback get hit, but apparently it was pretty much a late hit.
Yeah, I followed the ball too. But poise in the pocket, you could feel that pocket collapsing, under the pursuit. And they do a really good job. Crowder does a really good job of being able to get that ball off and then take a shot.
Well, that's a big play, and that flips the field a little bit. That puts down to the Canyon Lake 32-yard line. First down. Cottrell in motion. Wanted to go inside. Got it over to Rodriguez. But again, that defensive tackle never got moved. And he only gets about 2 yards out of that.
It looked a little bit ad-lib as if he was kind of changing direction. But you never see less than 2 people on a tackle from Davenport.
Yeah, no, they pursue the ball. They're fast. They got a lot of speed on the defense, speed and size, and they go to the ball very efficiently.
Crowder under center. Ball handed off to Rodriguez. Rodriguez gets off the edge, and he comes back to the middle of the field. He breaks it into the 19-yard line.
Nice job by Rodriguez, as you said. Just found a little bit of room in there, was able to turn it up. And Rodriguez off the left side. Hit by a host of Wolves over there on the far side.
Rodriguez running tough. And again, starting to find a little more success on the outsides of the tackles. So Canyon Lake is bringing in a play. Harris Gillum will come in with the play from that swingman position. Coming out is number 20, Van Osdal.
Sorry, trying to get a little coaching back to our young freshmen that are running our cameras there. I think they may be a little tight on the play. We're trying to get that resolved. So it looks like there is a timeout. I don't want to say it's on Davenport. That would be their last with 6 minutes left here in the quarter. I don't think it was Canyon Lake that called that.
No, it wasn't.
It's going to bring up a 2nd and 9 after the handoff to Rodriguez. Still a lot of discussion going over there between Coach Drum and the referees.
Yeah, and that was that's an interesting place for them to take a timeout, although feeling the pressure a little bit. This is a critical series, Darren, for Canyon Lake.
It is, absolutely. Canyon Lake would love nothing better than come away with some points. They're gonna mark off a 5 yards. Check this. Now it's timeout, Canyon Lake, and it looks like they have moved the ball back 5 yards.
Now I don't understand.
There's a lot of confusion from this umpiring crew as to where the ball needs to be placed.
There wasn't a penalty called. It was a timeout call. Now there's going to be another explanation. Hey, and Bill Green's out trying to get the explanation this time.
Bill Green is trying to get from the head judge as to exactly what's going on. As the ball's been moved from was about the, I want to call it about the 14-yard line is where it was at, maybe 13-yard line. It's been moved back. I don't even know if it's a full 5 yards, but it doesn't make any sense as to what's going on here. Now, Green is trying to get it straight, saying, wait a minute, don't run this play because the ball's in the wrong spot.
And this is the second time we've seen a misplaced ball, and so now they're advancing it.
Yes, back to where
it's supposed
to be. So that'll be about the 13-yard line. Make it, about the 12-yard line. And that's a 2nd and 8. I'll call it something like that. Well, if you thought we were confused, we're not alone in the building. And there's Justin Abbott on the carry. First time we've really seen him carry the ball too much tonight, and thought he had a little bit of room, but he was pulled down from behind. And Abbott's got quick feet, and he's known for his quick movement out of the backfield. And boy, I tell you what, the Wolves were on him quickly.
They were, and able to get him from behind. Really, that was the first time or second time, I think, now that I've seen only a solo tackle.
Crowder's back. It's quickly out of his hands. Wants to get over to Rodriguez. He's hit late. Ball falls short of Rodriguez, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Again, 4th down, and I would say probably 7 after the run from Abbott. It picked up about a yard.
And I think this wind is a little too brisk for them to try a field goal here.
Yeah.
They're gonna go for the points.
They're going to gamble and just go for it at this point. So Crowder's back, and the ball got the play got stopped. The whistle blew at the snap. So looks like maybe somebody had the jimmy leg. I'm not sure.
Well, they get a procedure on us, but I'll tell you what, Davenport is jumping the string. They are timing their release such that they are beyond the line of scrimmage before Crowder has the ball hardly. I mean, they've been getting pressure from all sides, and they're literally meeting the line of scrimmage almost at the time the ball snapped. So, change snap count.
Yeah, you got to do something different. Obviously, you can't keep going out there doing the exact same thing. Crowder's back. Slips a little bit. There's a ball to Gillum, and he's hit and covered by number 11, who's been there doing a lot of things, C.J. Tanner, all night. And the ball goes off of Gillum, and he can't pull it in, and that's gonna be a turnover on downs. And the Wolves will take over at about the 16-yard line.
Well, C.J. Tanner, again, making another big play. He was able to climb the ladder then, and for a guy that is not as tall as C.J. Tanner, he got up just then to knock that ball away.
So if you are out there listening, we're going to have some giveaways at halftime, so stay tuned. We got a lot of things to give away tonight. And there's a handoff up the middle. That was number 17 for the Wolves, Eric Singletary.
And Davenport showing no signs of any type of change in their
Check
approach.
That. I think that was Fallon. Hamlin back deep. He's got a man deep. He's going for it, and that's a catch right out there at about the 25-yard line, I think is where they're going to spot him, somewhere out there, and that was number 19.
Yeah,
Kyler Payne.
Decent coverage, but Hamlin drops the biscuit in the basket just then. I mean,
Rodriguez sees the ball and stops and jumps instead of keeping running, and that's over his outstretched hand is where the ball went. Hamlin put it in there perfectly. Now on a swing past to Fallon down the right sideline. And he gets knocked out of bounds, I'm going to say around the 11-yard line, and that's going to be a 1st down. So the Wolves quickly go to work. They want to put another 7 points on the board here with 4:32 in the second. Hamlin hands it off inside, and there's Griman, and there was nobody even looking for him inside.
No, and they brought Wunderlich out on the edge and kind of bring him around on, like a delayed blitz, a twist, and moved him out of that middle. And
well, that's
wide open spaces.
That is not what Canyon Lake wanted to see. Took about a minute and 10 seconds to get down the field and put it in the end zone for Davenport. And Mendez will attempt the extra point, and that is up and good. So that'll make it 28-0 as Davenport has controlled the first half.
Yes, and now starting to see progress up the middle. I mean, that particular hole, Griman was untouched. It was evacuation open when flashing. No,
absolutely. There was not any penetration there on the defensive line. There was a wide open hole for him to sort of walk through. So,
and that's the danger when you can control the line of scrimmage up front, and you have skill positions like Davenport has. It allows them to do a number of different things.
So with 4:26 here in the second quarter, the Wolves will kick off again. Miles Melendez has gotten a lot of work today between the kickoffs and the extra points.
He has. He's going to have to ice his foot.
Now, as I said, we've got a lot of giveaways. We've got a lot of things to give away. I'll run through that list of things that we have to give away here shortly. So don't go anywhere. Stick with us. And there's a bit of a squib. The ball goes off of the up back, and it's got to be taken by Van Alsdahl. And he is just swarmed under at about the 19-yard line. Ball goes off of the up man, and that was more of a squib kick that was done by Mendez that time. Hits the up back. I didn't get his number, and but not controlled by him. And so once it hit him, it was all bets are off, and Van Alsdahl has to cover that and do something with it.
Well, heads-up play on that squib kick. As he saw it come off his foot, he started to move over that direction kind of as a backup, playing backup. And the ball's live on a kickoff.
Oh,
Once
absolutely.
it goes 10 yards,
Yeah.
It's anybody's ball whether it's touched or not.
Well, Canyon Lake will start their work at about the 19-yard line. 4:19 here in the second quarter. And that's a handoff to Cottrell. And Livingston just has that speed. Man, I'm not sure what he's running in a 40, but that young man can go side to side like nobody I've seen in a while out on a 4A football field.
His closing speed is exceptional.
Kind of surprised we haven't tried to get the ball downfield to Gillum a little more. He had a lot of success against Marble Falls, and we've kind of been content with running the clock here. But
the problem is they haven't. Crowder really hasn't had the time to let a guy get deep. He's got trying to get out of his hands as fast as he can because the rush is so intense. There's a toss sweep to Abbott, and that's going to be a loss of about 1, I think.
I really like that play call. So that's the adjustment you make. You get it out of Crowder's hands, kind of get some lead blockers out in front of him. Davenport, again, showing the ability to get off a block and close with
Joseph Reyna.
3 people.
Joseph Reyna was just, he's playing that nose tackle position, but he had a piece of number 54 for Canyon Lake. That'd be Oscar Aguilar. They were going at it pretty good there as the whistle blew. There's a double reverse. Gillum got Crowder as a blocker out front. That's going to get to a first down, I think. Yes, so he gets out to the 31-yard line on a double reverse. Well, I say a reverse. Pitch it to Cottrell back to Gillum.
Well, that's one way to get the ball into his hands.
And he got out on the outside. Yeah, Once he showed that speed that he has.
Crowder's showing a lot of guts just then, being the lead blocker as a quarterback.
He was. He went out there and but it shows you how much these guys want to try to keep this ball moving. Crowder rolls to his right. Gets it out of his hand, and it's going to be picked off. That's by number 8, Trenton Evan Williams, cornerback. Crowder wants to get out of his hands fast. He's rolling out to his right, overthrows his man, and it goes into the arms of Trenton Evan Williams, cornerback. He's a junior, and that's going to be a turnover with 2:27 here in the second. And that'll put the ball at about the 42-yard line for the Wolves.
Dangerous spot here for Canyon Lake, as we've seen Davenport's going to try to score again.
Yeah, they are. You know, and there was a boy that fooled me as well. You got number 19, that's Payne on the outside, and he's going to take it to the house. They tried their own a little bit of trickeration as it looked like Fallon had the ball up the middle, and somehow it came out. I missed that. We don't have it on replay, but that right there was
tremendous play fake. I mean, that is all pulled off by Hamlin. He hides the ball well. He rides out that handoff underneath and then tucks it on his hip, pulls it up, and throws that left-handed swing pass and does a great job.
And Mendez will tack on the extra point. And with that, Davenport will go to 35, posting 35 first half points with 2:16 left here in the contest. I mean, not in the contest, in the half.
Yeah,
one might say the contest doesn't look particularly one-sided at the moment, but
yeah, it's been all Davenport, and they have shown their 400-yard offense off in the first half.
They have indeed, and Canyon Lake has not had a lot of answers for them.
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of do the math if you figure that their average yards to go has been somewhere about 60 to 65 yards. We're looking at, a 300-plus yard half on the Davenport side. And that, it could be more than that because we didn't include the stop where they had the missed field goal.
That's right. Yeah, you can't even put a bus stop sign ahead of them to slow this offense down right now.
No, there's nothing going to make this slow down.
No, there's nothing going to slow this down right at the moment. So Davenport will tee it back up and put the ball into play. And Mendez, last time he put a squib on, and I think it went down off of one of the upbacks. We'll see what he does this time, see if he puts his leg into it. He's got a little bit of a tailwind there. And this time he will let it go all the way into the end zone, and it'll go there for a touchback. Canyon Lake will start their work at the 25-yard line.
The dangerous thing about Davenport is they haven't really used all of their weapons yet.
Right.
I mean, this is.
But it's the speed, right, on offense and defense?
And to me, it's the speed on defense. I think the differentiation has been the speed from the middle linebacker spot and that front four. They move off the ball incredibly well.
Crowder hands it off.
Uh-oh.
On a delay, that ball fumble. And that was number 46 that picked it up off the turf. That was Marcus Arvidsson, and he takes it all the way down about the 6-yard line as there was an exchange. I'm not sure if it was a clean exchange.
It was a hit. The exchange looked clean, and Rodriguez just got poked right on the ball, and it pops out. And it looked like it surprised everybody because there wasn't really any pursuit once the lineman picked up the football.
Well, I don't think everybody had, that happened behind the line of scrimmage, so I don't think anybody even saw it from that outside of Crowder.
Now, Succup's come in at quarterback.
He's going to hand it off to, that's number 3 that's in for them, and then that's Mason Falcone. He's a running back. He's a junior. He gets down about the 1-yard line with 1:56 on the play on the quarter clock. Succup hands it back to Falcone, and this time he's going to punch it in for pay dirt.
Yeah, they kept their number ones in on the offensive line, but moved to their what looked like their 2 package, their second string package, and still it's the control of the offensive line or the line of scrimmage that's been so remarkable
Yeah, they have some very large guys up front. I just want to say that. Mendez up and good. So they'll tack on another 7. They'll go to 42 points here in the first half with 1:44 left. So Canyon Lake still has to try to do something with the ball before this half is over with.
I don't have the stats in front of me. We don't have anybody keeping the stats as we go. We're kind of shorthanded tonight, but I believe, if I'm correct, I think we've seen 1, 2, maybe 3 Canyon Lake first downs.
Yes.
Yeah.
I count 3. And that's that. The reason why that's difficult is that it keeps Davenport's offense on the field, and we're showing a little bit of fatigue.
Well, we've got a number of players that are playing both sides of the ball, and so you see that. And we've got a lot of sophomores on this team, and there is a size differential for sure between ourselves and the front line of the Wolves.
Well,
and,
LJ, I'd be curious about the first downs for Davenport because it's a big play strike.
Yes.
40 yards, and it's just the speed is just overwhelming right now.
So Mendez will put the ball back into play as he kicks off from the 40-yard line for the Wolves. And there's the kick. Ball is going to go out of bounds, so there'll be a flag there. We'll move the ball out to the 35-yard line. That's where Canyon Lake will start their work. We got some things to give away, LJ.
We got
some excitement at the halftime that we're gonna give you. So let me just kind of go down this. So we always give away the Mima's Tacos. We got the two gift certificates there that we're gonna give away. We have a 2-night stay in the teepee. That's with our friends at Mystic Quarry right there in Canyon Lake. So 2 nights in the teepee. So that'll be fun. And then Triple Peak Automotive, one of our sponsors over there, Rodney Sales, he's going to give a 10% discount off of whatever work that you need to have done. He'll get it done for you. Huth Transport, and here's the play. Handoff to Cottrell. Cottrell tries to get the outside edge. He's able to get the movement on it. Gets down about, I'll say 11 yards, but there's a flag on the play. I think it's going to be a hold, and we're going to bring it back.
I mean, that's a directional flag throw.
Yes.
He threw it immediately at the infraction.
So that will negate the run from Cottrell, and that'll tack 10 yards on to the work that's got to be done for Canyon Lake. That'll move them back 10. And they were setting up shop at the 30, so they'll move them all the way back to the 20, and it'll bring up a 1st and 20 for Canyon Lake if things couldn't get worse for them here tonight. So in addition to the Huth Transport, they got 2 $50 gift certificates for Saltgrass and Landry. So that's a big deal. And then Canyon Lake Cell and Computer Repair there in Sadler. They've done a bit of work for Corey. They've are new to the area, and we're proud to have them as a sponsor. They're going to give also a 10% discount, so we'll have that 10% discount. And then Capital Farm Credit has been a sponsor of ours for some time. That's
the knife sharpener.
Our knife sharpener, the Warthog, that we'll be giving away.
Love that thing.
And then we'll have a consolation prize. If that weren't enough, we're going to give that away. Oh, and one more thing. We're going to give from Sunrise Realty, we're going to give a 25 gift certificate to Roberts on the Lake.
Yeah, so for those who have not played in the giveaway, the rules of the game are to, when we say go, you text.
Yep.
And we will scroll through text and randomly through the
random generator.
The random generator.
And Crowder's going to hand it off just up the middle, 3rd and about 15. And that was Cottrell again, and not much room. Tough sledding. And that's going to bring us to the end of the half. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna go to the Canyon Lake band. We're gonna keep the cameras on there, let you and bring up the sound, let you hear that. We're gonna take a bit of a break ourselves.
Yep.
When we come back from that, when the Davenport band is playing, is when we'll do the giveaways, and so we'll be back to talk about that. But there's Sunrise Realty has got the 25 gift certificate to Roberts on the Lake, so we want to make sure that you mark that down. So we're gonna take a quick break. And then we're going to allow you to hear the Canyon Lake Band. Now, remember, we're on the visitor side, so we're going to have their back. You're not going to hear them as well as you would otherwise, but we're going to give you the full thing, and you'll see the Emmys entering the field from the far side. So we are going to take a quick break and enjoy the Canyon Lake Band and Emerald dancers.
Well, that was the Canyon Lake Band and your 2023-2024 Emerald Dancers. And we are going to go to a quick break, and we'll be right back after this.
Lately, we've all experienced more inside our home. And our homes have experienced more of us. More dishwashing, more clothes washing, and more action figure rescue missions. And after 50 years of rescues, Mr. Reuter Plumbing Service Professionals are equipped to handle anything. We are your neighbor. You can call anytime, and we'll be there, because we've been here all along.
We are Brookshire Brothers, selling groceries and growing communities since 1921. Giving back is how we celebrate. Your family, your town, your future. Come celebrate with us. Brookshire Brothers.
Hey Hawk fans, with Comal County and surrounding areas being amongst the fastest growing areas in the country, you need a realtor you can trust. Call Steve and Chris with Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services. Steve has lived here for over 20 years and is up to date and knowledgeable about the current real estate market here in Hawk Country. From Don Johnson Company, located in Canyon Lake, Steve is ready to assist you whether in buying or selling in our local market. If you own real estate and would like a no-obligation market analysis on the current value of your property, give Steve a call at 830-832-0257. Go Hawks!
Do you have a cracked phone screen? How about a computer that's so slow you find yourself getting frustrated just turning it on? Well, have no fear. Canyon Lake Phone and Computer Repair is here. We're located off 2673 across from the Ace Hardware. Still not sure about us? Well, check us out on Google, where we have hundreds of 5-star reviews. We're a locally owned and family-operated business here to help our neighbors with their technology needs. Give us a call at 830-800-4255 because there's no breaks at the lake.
Land isn't just made for working. It's made for experiencing too. Whether you're a hunter, a fisherman, four-wheeler, or wildlife lover, there's a piece of Texas waiting for you. The rural lifestyle was the life you were meant to live. At Capital Farm Credit, we're here to help you finance that reality with flexible terms and interest rates. Who knew it could be that possible to own a piece of land in Texas? Visit CapitalFarmCredit.com to apply today.
Hello, this is Darren with Canyon Lake Broadcasting. If you want great Italian food, look no further than Italian Garden in the Hancock Center. They've been a mainstay in Canyon Lake for many years, and their longevity speaks to the quality of the food and service you'll receive at Canyon Lake's hometown restaurant. They're open 7 days a week, providing the very best in Italian fare. So come on in and enjoy a slice of Italian life at Italian Garden Restaurant.
Hey Hawk fans, have you been wanting a new deck, outdoor kitchen, or a new addition to your home? What about getting your new home build started or a fence built? Then give Mike a call with Hill Country Construction and Framing, and he can help make those dreams a reality. He also has plenty of references for your peace of mind. Call today at 210-347-3436. That's 210-347-3436. Go Hawks!
Hi there, Hawk fans. This is David and Melissa Salcedo coming to you from Meemaw's Tacos. It's our favorite time of the year again, and here at Meemaw's we love supporting our Hawk athletics. Whether cheering them on the field or court, or feeding their muscles at the shop. We're open 7 days a week, serving breakfast and lunch. Whether you're looking for a simple taco like a bean and cheese, or a crazy fat taco with everything on it, we've got it.
We also serve lunch plates ranging from crispy tacos and enchiladas to flautas and nachos. Not to mention our ever so popular Frito Bandito and our big burrito, the Swamp Chicken. David and I would like to thank the Canyon Lake community for your continued support of our business, and we are proud to be celebrating our 3-year anniversary on September 4th. Thanks, Canyon Lake.
So come early, be loud, and stay late, Hawk fans. The Slot T Mafia is hunting for dinner.
And be sure to listen for Martelli to give away Meemaw's Tacos gift cards throughout the broadcast.
Go Hawks!
back here at Davenport High School. We're at halftime, and on the field currently is the Davenport Wolves Band, and their dance team just finished up. We will continue to bring that to you and try not to talk over them too much. We know a lot of people like to see that. We apologize. We got to pay our bills and do our thing, so we're trying to squeeze all of that in. But we're going to give some giveaways right now.
Yeah, we got a lot to give away. We're giving everything away except 6 beige cows, apparently.
That's right. We have got it all going on.
Yeah,
and so what we're going to be giving away, let me just go over that one more time. Mima's Tacos, so we'll give that away. A 2-night stay at the TP over at Mystic Quarry. A 10% off Triple Peak Automotive. Huth Transport is supporting us with 2 $50 gift certificates, one to Saltgrass and one to Landry's. Candy Lake Cell Phone and Computer Repair is giving a 10% discount. If you've got a problem with your phone, get it over there. They'll fix it, put a new screen on it, take 10% off. Then we have Capital Farm Credit giving out a Warthog knife sharpener. That's a pretty nice gift. Sunrise Realty is going to give a $25 gift certificate to Roberts on the Lake. That's there on 306. Go ahead and put that number up there on the screen, if you will, LJ. So that's, to win the prize is 210-246-3345. And then we, I think that's all that we've got. We also have a consolation prize. So we will be getting that. And LJ, you wanted to speak, and I had you on mute.
No, I think there's a lot of people that wish they had a mute button for me, but no. So, mind you, you're texting in. And
you are texting.
The qualified officials of Ernst & Ernst.
Yes.
Who will be taking care of all of the camera work or all of the phone work.
Yes.
Will be scrolling through and tapping on the winners. It's totally random.
It is.
Through a random phone generation machine that we've
invested in.
That we invested in only through Corey Martelli. So,
thanks to Corey putting in the extra dollars into the budget for the random generator. So 210-246-3345. Text now, and we will. We'll
text
give
your name.
You text your name as well, because we want to be able to. Once you're a winner, then we'll ask you to give us your address. But we'll announce the winners between the third and fourth quarters. That's what we always do. So we're going to shut up now, give you the Wolves Band as best we can, and we hope you enjoy their performance. And I think we have our winners, so you can stop texting now. And I'm going to again shut up and let you enjoy the Davenport Wolf Band, and thanks for playing. But you can stop texting. How are y'all doing?
Here was your Davenport band. And once again, everyone, you can quit texting. We do have winners on all those prizes. So just reminding you one more time, the contest is over.
It is over. We have winners, and we'll announce them between the third and fourth quarters. That's when we always do that. So we appreciate you playing. We appreciate you going out and spending your money with our sponsors that give us those great prizes that you get to take advantage of each week, and they do a great job for us. And if it weren't for them, we wouldn't be on the air. They pay the bills, and we need to pay the bills sometimes.
Well, yes, we do. I know all about that. 2 in college. And
yes,
that bill paying is tough.
I got a raise. I had one graduates out of college, so it's.
Oh, you're making money now,
man! I tell you.
There you go.
It is ridiculous.
Yep.
You know what? I love every second of it, though. I wouldn't trade it for the world. I mean, it is a fun time.
It goes fast, and now that I've got one living up in Dallas, living her life and making, working, it's life changes, man.
Yeah,
life changes.
It's good.
So. I'm sure all of you out there in the audience, you know how that feels, especially Grandma and Grandpa, as you watch your kids, your grandkids do their thing. It's always it goes fast, and I hope you enjoy every minute of it. Even in a game like this, which has been tough for the Canyon Lake Hawks, we know it has been. It's Davenport. We talked about this, that the winner of this game likely is going to be in the driver's seat when it comes to the district championship. And boy, I tell you what, Davenport has showed out here in the first half.
They really have, and now the danger is for the future opponents is that they've put a lot of stuff on film tonight. So, as they progress through district play, anything can happen. And certainly Canyon Lake slightly injury plagued, and that's hurting them a little bit. But I keep going back to this. The front line on both sides of the ball for the Davenport Wolves has been exceptional and just really controlled the line of scrimmage. When you give good athletes that kind of time, Darren, they can do a lot of things to you. And
they can.
You know, with the feet of
and I think that the difference here, and I do think this is that Davenport really puts a lot. They put a set of players on both sides of the ball, 22 different players that are out there. They're not having to double up, and they have some serious. They get some nice athletes they're making up that 22. So
well, and when they're not getting blocking, Hamlin has been able to get his receivers open using his legs. He's been able to scramble and run them open.
Well, Hamlin does a nice job of managing the activity, and here goes the kick from Melendez. His leg is still functioning. They have the Mendez. I said Melendez. It's the Mendez.
Yep.
A nice job on Mendez. I hear it from good authority that Grandpa Bill's out there listening on the vine. You know, we have our regulars, and he's out there and out in Mississippi someplace enjoying the game, I hope.
Well, Grandpa Bill is a stalwart. As Canyon Lake tries to come out on the field and turn this around a little bit, you're looking for ball control. I mean, 42 points can seem insurmountable. However, you're looking for, as you continue on through district, what kind of adjustments can you make?
Play at a time. That's the way you do it. So Crowder under center, he hands it off, and immediately the penetration of number 41 just knives through the line of scrimmage along with 22. That's 41 is the Walker Birch, and Walker Birch has really made his presence felt there tonight. 22 also Grant Weist. Cleaning up as well. And, Canyon Lake goes for a loss as the ball is handed off, and Birch is through the line of scrimmage and just blowing it up. Crowder rolls out to his left, is able to hit Abbott. Abbott down the sidelines. He's got some room, and there he goes. Abbott down to the 45-yard line. And again, you see that speed of Birch coming all the way from the defensive nose tackle position and runs down Abbott. That speaks a little bit to the speed of that defense. Crowder, they lose the ball. The ball's on the turf, and I think it was Rodriguez was able to get on it.
Yeah, I like the play call there when you roll Crowder out just a little bit, trying to get him away from the pocket where all of the activity is going on.
Yeah.
In a quick developing pass. You make a lot happen in a little bit of time.
That'll bring up a second down. We had the old guy with the line marker, never got in the right spot, and he had a 4 up there the whole time. But there goes Abbott again. Abbott gets free.
LJ, I'm with you on the quick slants. Davenport has so much speed. Make them overcommit sometimes, and you can break some people free.
Sometimes you can take advantage of aggression, and Davenport's defense is proven.
Abbott finds a little bit of room, is able to get down to the 34-yard line. Another inside handoff. This time, a little misdirection. They're going to be a gain of about 4. A flag on the play, though. We'll see what the call is. We're going to get an offside, so that'll move them back 5 and keep it down. So good for Canyon Lake there as Davenport's a little aggressive and jumps offside.
No, he started to mark it off the wrong way again. I'm telling you,
this line crew between I'm going to say this: the chain gang is not our chain gang.
They are clearly not.
I don't think they're going to get a. They're not going to get a special marker or anything for this performance. Crowder hands it off to Cotrere. Cotrere trying to find the edge. And again, just the speed. It's going to be a loss of about 3. And that was number 17, Eric Singletary, that comes up. He's a junior safety. And he just he drives from that free safety position, sees the play, and just cuts off Cotrere. And we talked about the speed of Cotrere.
Yeah, Cotrere's the guy that runs a 4.45 40. But it's 2 things. Well, 3 things. Ball recognition.
Yes.
They read the field well. They're quick, and then they're fast when they have to catch up.
Brings up a 2nd and 8. Crowder wants to do a little swing pass. Finds Gillum. Gillum takes his eye off the balls. He's got room for a change. He didn't have a defender all over his back. That was C.J. Tanner that was defending him, but he had about 5 yards. He takes his eye off the ball and just doesn't secure it. That's going to bring a 3rd and 8.
That was a play that could have gone for a lot of yards.
Yes.
And again, that slant just kind of coming into the zone, inside of that zone coverage.
They flood that side and they put the swing of back out there, really forces that defender to make a decision. Canyon Lake never got right, and we'll see what the call is.
Something interesting I saw on the sidelines there for Davenport. Griman and Soka running sprints like they're getting warmed up again for the second half to just go more fly patterns.
Well, that's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Looks like a procedure on Canyon Lake. Never got themselves set. They're trying to go quick. They're trying to go fast, but you got to get, at the same time, you got to get yourself set. They didn't do it, and that'll take 5 yards off. That'll make a 3rd and make it 13 for the Hawks, who really need to. I'm sure they'll go 2 downs here to try to figure out, to negotiate this 13 yards. Crowder wants to throw his backside. He's got a man out there. He's being well defended. He goes up, and that's going to be caught by Gillum down to the 1-yard line. What a catch by Gillum as he climbs the ladder, goes up over number 11. That's C.J. Tanner for the catch.
Wow, what a play. And that was a heck of a throw by Stephen Crowder right there.
Quickly up to the line of scrimmage, handoff, and boy, they're knifing through there was Livingston on a blitz. And that's going to drop him for a no gain. Brings up a 2nd and 1. Well, I don't know they're going to get the movement here in order to just pound it up the middle. I think they're going to figure out something that's a little bit different. I don't know that they're going to be able to move these big hosses up front.
It's going to have to be something on the edge and take advantage of them over pursuing the play and scrape off on the backside of it.
Canyon Lake trying to get off the schneid. Crowder on a quick pass to Gillum, and that one Crowder threw with a little heat on a little mustard, was able to hit his favorite receiver, Harris Gillum, and that's a touchdown for Canyon Lake. Finally gets off the 0.
They do, and they do it with short passes, just getting enough room in between the defender and a strike thrown by Crowder just then as he zipped that ball in over there on the edge.
He did. He put a little mustard on that one, and he was able to bury it into his guy. Gillum didn't. He had to catch it. And the kick is up from Van Alstel, and that's good. So Canyon Lake gets off the schneid and is able to get a 7-point score on the board.
And that's exactly the response that you wanted to see out of Canyon Lake. Never mind the scoreboard anymore.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
You're just looking to execute and build and continue to do the things that you know can make you successful.
Well, you got the onslaught of the first half, and Davenport came in with their ears pinned back from the get-go.
Yep.
And to your point, just one play at a time. Just win each play in front of you. That's all you can do.
Sustained drive. Took some time off the clock.
Yes.
That did the things that they needed to do to keep Davenport's offense off the field.
The thing I liked was the quick short passes.
Yep.
You got Davenport committing, and then you got the one-on-one coverage of Gillum,
That's
and that's
right.
when you take your shot.
That's right. And Gillum has been able to, he's proven time and time again to be able to take advantage of man coverage or one-on-one coverage.
He does a nice job of, he had a really nice pass that he dropped. We had a lot of green in front of him. He makes a tremendous catch down there to the 1-yard line. And again, just going up and just going over Tanner and to get the ball.
Yeah,
it does that.
It was his second time he's outfought the defense for the ball. He's just winning the ball.
Yep.
And here goes Van Alstel. He's going to pooch it up there about the 35-yard line. And it's going to be taken by number 13. And he's met immediately by Duncan Kelly as he comes through. That's 13. That's Dante Singletary that with the return for really no yards. And that'll put Davenport on the 30-yard line. That's where they'll start their work with 8:26 here in the third. As I said, stay tuned, stay with us. Anything could happen, and we're going to give away those prizes at the quarter change. Hamlin hands it right up off the middle, and that's to Griman, and Griman just pounds his weight. He really didn't get touched for about 6 yards, but then he punished a couple of guys before he was eventually brought down.
Yeah, they've moved Griman out of that slot position back into the backfield, kind of giving you a double read option look.
Yeah, 2 backs, handoff from Hamlin, back to Griman. Griman just driving those legs. There was Wanderlook there to grab a hold of and just held on for dear life until Uresti could get there and finish him off. He had Rand Allman in there, number 26, also playing a little bit of safety.
Now see, now they move Griman out to the wide side.
Trips right. Hamlin fakes inside on that hitch route, and that's 2. Daniel Sokup.
Yeah, so Sokup showing his talent both at receiver and at quarterback earlier. But they continue to go tempo, and this is the danger against Canyon Lake right now.
That's a first down play. Gets down to the Canyon Lake 44-yard line, and there's a little bit of movement procedure on Davenport. That'll move him back 5 yards. Again, both teams playing fast, you know. And, you know, I know Canyon Lake was trying to, you know, get up there, get in the rhythm, move fast. But, you know, obviously you're also wanting to try to burn a little bit of clock.
Yeah, this is a situation where not having Carter Williams in here hurts you big time.
It does. You know, they're missing several players that has an impact in terms of what what they might be or where they might have been had they had those players. But you know,
it's part of football.
It's part of football. You play with what you got. So that's going to bring up a first and make it 15 from the 49-yard line of Canyon Lake. And there is the pass from Hamlin. And he's got a man deep. That's Griman. And Griman makes the catch. And that's going to be a touchdown.
There was a flag back, and I think it was roughing the passer. The official picked it up. Yeah, so no flag.
Griman just basically crosses the entire field. You know, we talked about him coming out of that tailback position. He moves over to the wide side, and again, he runs a long post and just extends the run in order to get over here beyond the safeties who had coverage on somebody else.
But to be able to do that, you have to have a lot of time from the line of scrimmage in order to come all the way across the field like he did and get behind the cornerbacks.
We have, you know, I continue to say this, we have the smartest audience in the world, and I just got a text message from somebody I happen to know really well who made the observation that this is the exact same offense as the San Francisco 49ers.
Is that right?
That's
okay,
right.
Well, there's the kick from Mendez, and that's going to add the extra point onto the touchdown, and that'll make it, where are we up to, 49?
49.
49-7, Davenport. And if it is the same that the Niners are running, you know, Zimmer Hunzel has really put some wrinkles into what he's doing over there.
Yes, he has. You know, he came in to build a program, and it started at the inception of Davenport. 2 years they don't play varsity football. Last year was their debut, assigned to this district with Canyon Lake. Last year, Canyon Lake, you know, kind of taking advantage of it, but he never quits teaching and coaching. Yeah. And did a good job getting a deep run into the playoffs, only to be foiled by Cal Allen, and it has shown that he's building on that this year. Of course, he's got the advantage of a lot of returning seniors.
He does, and, you know, it's one of those situations where you know, we know where this school sits. It's likely to not stay in the 4A ranks for a long period of time, just in terms of the population in this particular area. But, you know, it is what it is. Now, we didn't get to have our Hawk Roving Reporter report in our pregame, and so, you know, I think I'm going to ask you to, somewhere along here in the third, maybe part of the fourth, you know, give us what you worked on.
Man.
Because I know you put a lot of time into it, and I don't want to shortchange you for all the work that went into the reporting.
That's right. It's always fascinating to find out about the places you travel to.
So there was a penalty that was marked off.
That was the running. That was the
roughing the kicker,
roughing the passer.
Oh, okay.
He picked it up at the end of the play. We didn't see it in our screen, but
got it.
Yeah, on the touchdown pass.
So he applied it to the kick. They kicked off from about the 45-yard line, and of course that went into the end zone. And Canyon Lake will start their work at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, they've got to be able to build on that last drive. They realize, hey, all is not wrong with the world. We were able to move the football. We were able to take some time off the clock, go back right at it.
Well, look, this is all about next week, right?
That's
It's all about next week. Do you get out of here without a lot of injuries, which they need to do because that hasn't been the case the last couple of weeks. They need to get out of here that way. And then they need to get their confidence back, right? Yes, they got punched in the mouth by Davenport. Davenport likely is the class of the district. We'll see. There's a pass from Crowder, and he finds, looks like Rodriguez that came across there out of that slot position. Check that. No, that was Abbott. Abbott having some success getting it to Abbott and to Will Gillum.
Again, a quick developing pass. That's the adjustment that we said they're going to have to do something.
They got to get the ball out fast. He can't hold it. There's no way that they're going to be able to keep those guys off of in that length of time. So Abbott a little bit confused. Crowder tells him where to go. And there's a handoff off the left side. That was Lewis, I believe. Number 20. No, Cass Zimbo with the ball. They're mixing it up. Got a few other guys in there on the offensive side.
Yep. Quick score there from Taylor. They're at halftime. Lampasas 29, Taylor 24.
Wow.
That's a big game.
That's going to be a shootout over there. Taylor, it looks like they've been able to put some points on people.
Well, they were in the shootout last week with Davenport.
That's what I'm saying. Doesn't look. That's where you got to get your confidence back here. And there is another run off the left side, met with a lot of guys from Davenport, led by number 43. That was Tate Brodus, and they're still unpiling people. Oh, there's their linebacker number 5 limping off the field. That's Zahir Livingston. So hopefully he'll be able to get back in. That brings up a third, about 4. McCullough along 3. Crowder rolls to his right, finds Rodriguez. Nice job by Rodriguez, just making his way down to the 40-yard line. Rodriguez comes out of that slot position, is able to get down there and really just get him, find a soft spot in the defense. Crowder rolls to his right and is just able to connect.
I've been doing my own little statistics here. When Crowder is able to get the ball out under 3 seconds,
yes,
we have been 100% successful.
Wow.
I've been putting a stopwatch on these plays.
Okay, all right.
Well, the second half we've seen some quick slants and it seemed to work here on the against Davenport.
Crowder going deep, finds
Opelt that time.
Opelt right there, Rylan Opelt. The second time he's found him tonight.
2.7 seconds.
Rumbling across the field.
I like it, LJ.
And that was a deep drop for him.
Yeah, but a quick release.
Yes.
He gets back to a position, flips his hips, turns, throws the ball. He's not watching or allowing anything to happen out in front of him. He's just getting rid of it.
He hits that back foot, 3 steps, and it's out of his hands. There's a pass back over to Gillum
again.
And it was a big hit on Crowder. Crowder got hit again by Tate Brodus, but gets up off the turf. And that's going to move the sticks. That's going to be a first down, Canyon Lake.
Passing game has looked really good here in the second half.
Right. And it's a confidence passing game. It's not the ones where you're demanding your quarterback drop it into something. Just get back, get rid of the ball.
And that was going to be an end around to Gillum, and it was met immediately. And there's again that penetration. That time Gianni Evans-Williams gets penetration on that from that linebacker position and blew the play up. It's going to give a loss of about 4 yards. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 14 for the Hawks. 3:16 left here and the ball's on the turf. And Crowder just has to fall on it. I think he was able to get back on it. He, again, did not get a clean exchange. No, take that. That's Abbott is able to get on the ball, save the turnover, and now that's going to bring a 3rd and 14. Make it 16 as they lost a couple of yards in the exchange. Crowder back in the shotgun. Don't see that too often. Finds his man, Contreras, across the middle. Contreras working. Gets down to about the 20-yard line. We'll see the spot. That's going to bring up a little bit short, but that's going to be a 4th and about 1.5, maybe 2.
The other benefit there is you're using different weapons now as receivers, so they're not just having the key on one person. They're going to have to honor the other people that are out there. So Contreras, Gillum, Rodriguez, Abbott gets the ball.
Appelt.
Spreading it around. Appelt got the ball a couple times.
And I think we got him jumping off the line of scrimmage right there. But that's Contreras. Makes a couple of moves. I think he got enough for a first down, but we'll see. A little bit all left foot, right foot spot over there. But we do have a flag on the play. I think it's going to go against the defense, but we'll see. Yes, that's an offsides. That's an automatic first down for Canyon Lake. So another first down for Canyon Lake, and they were moving the ball. 2 minutes.
What, 3-4 consecutive first downs now?
Nice job right there. And so that's with 2 minutes left. That's in the third. Nice effort.
And it's been all done really by the passing game.
That's right.
Well, yeah, I mean, effectively, there's been 1 or 2 runs in there set up by that, but you're absolutely right. And that was there's a little bit of a peanut to Contreras. Contreras around the edge. He's going to get in the end zone. Touchdown, Carrera. Boy, it's been a long day, brother.
It has been a long day, but that's touchdown Contreras is what you're trying to say. What a nice job.
Contreras, that's what I'm trying to say. Got too excited.
Hey, Contreras coming across, able to grab the ball, but then the tough running at the end in order to, punch that thing in the corner.
Yeah, no, Contreras just lowered his head and said, I'm going to get in. The ball is up, and it is just short.
I think he got blocked.
Yeah, it got tipped at the line, and it went left, actually, left and short.
That was Gianni Evans-Williams that was coming in off that left side over there, and I think he might have just got a piece of it. So that'll make it 13-49. Canyon Lake scores again, 148 here in the third.
Well, something different. Usually it's the run that sets up maybe a pass play for us. On the last couple of drives, it's been the pass, and then we finish it off with the run.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the thing that we have seen some glimpses of that early in the season is that they have a lot of different things that they're now doing from a passing perspective out of the formations that are the classic, offensive set that they use, and so out of that they're getting more and more people that are able to convert and Crowder's doing a good job getting the ball out.
He is. The best adjustment I've seen so far has been the rollout. Now, it's not a bootleg. They're just moving him out of the pocket and letting him get, some distance between what has been a pretty active pursuit up the middle.
And here we go to the kickoff, number 81. That is Strassner. Ball gets over to number 12, Barrett Fallon, running back, and he does a nice job returning, gets all the way out to the 29-yard line.
The problem with Davenport is that they just have so many weapons. I mean, they're like reading the side of an Amazon truck. There's more to prime, truckload more.
There's more to, they are. So
seen a few of those down the highway.
Sukup is at least at quarterback at the moment. And there's a handoff right up the middle to number 3, Mason Falcone.
And they just made my point. We have not seen Falcone that much. Well, he did score a touchdown in the previous half.
We've seen Sukup in a lot of different roles. But he's now it looks like they're going to have him do the quarterback duties here. We'll see. There's a guy we've seen a lot, and that's Griman, and he has been tough all night long. I'll tell you what, he's super versatile. He's quick. He's strong. He's a strong receiver. He's not a weak. I mean, I say weak. you're not going to bump him off the route.
No.
And you're not going to bring him down easy.
No.
He's a big kid. Looks more like a running back than he does a wide receiver.
And LJ and I know him real well. Played baseball, coached baseball. I mean, he's a great athlete, and boy, he seems to be blossoming just more and more.
Yeah, he does. Exceptional center fielder. Good kid.
Yeah, great kid.
Shout out to Camille and Lala.
Little dive action right there. Gets a couple yards, second, and we'll call it 7. Sukup at quarterback. Hands up, no, pulls it back down. Quick pass. Wanted to hit Kyler Payne. Payne's caught a couple balls, scored a couple touchdowns, I think, tonight. But took his eye off the ball there and drops it. So it'll bring up a 3rd and 7.
I was just told by Shannon Anderson to give a shout out that Connie and Charlie are listening from Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Nice.
All right. The red stick. And there goes Sukup around the corner, and it's going to be a horse collar, I think, as they pulls him down. I think that was Amon that was over there on the far side that made the tackle. I think that's 26.
Yeah, I don't think that's
Rand Allman.
I don't think that's inverted.
No, check that. That's 36. That's J.R. Lindell.
I think that was just trying to make a play. Any way you can.
Without a doubt. So they're we'll see where they go with it. It looks like he got knocked out of bounds around the 30, and they're going to mark 15 off on top of that. That's going to take it down around the 25-yard line for Davenport.
And that hurts.
So we're 16 seconds away from the end of the quarter.
But we're going to announce those winners.
We're going to announce those winners. We're going to do that, and we're going to hear from our Hawk Country reporter. And there was a fake quarterback, kept it, Sukup, and then he just hits number 6 on the laser. DeAnthony Moore. I understand why Sukup is a backup quarterback. He's got a gun on him as well.
Yeah, he does. Now, Sukup is also an accomplished baseball player. Has done really well, pitcher, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, he let it rip right there and was able to hit Moore on a slant route, just coming off of that slot position, and boy, Canyon Lake was not close to him. But that's the end of the 3rd quarter as we make the turn. Chad, you got some names? You want to go now? I'm going to tell you that if your name is called, you need to text back in to the same number with your address, because we want to be able to send you those gift certificates.
That's right.
As necessary.
You don't have to be present to win, but we do need to know who you are.
Yep.
And how to get it to you.
All right, here we go. I'm going to just go one at a time.
Go one at a time.
Here we go. Triple Peak Auto Repair. Winner, Tammy Rogers.
That's a 10% discount off of your repair work.
We have 2 Mima's Tacos winners, Sarah Moore. And Misty Fugate.
Misty Fugate, all right. Congratulations on that. Text back in with your address.
The gift card to Saltgrass by Hugh.
That's a $50. That's a $50 gift certificate from Huth Transport.
Yep. Zane Platt.
Okay.
Yep. And then the Landry's gift card.
The Landry, again, another $50 because Huth Transport is all in.
I mean, we're talking about date night.
This is date night money. $50 meal right there. Okay, go ahead. I digress.
Mark Baton.
Yeah. Wow. Congratulations.
Roberts on the Lake, $25.
That's from Sunshine Realty. Now, that's Michaela Rios. That's, and I do this every time. I just blank on them. It's, come on, man. Help me out here.
Nate Rios.
No, Michaela Rios. And that is Miss Gray.
Miss Gray.
And Miss. I'm sad. I'm sad. I'm gonna make this up.
Well, think about it. I'm gonna give you the winner.
Give me the winner.
The winner is Dan Peters.
Yep. Dan Peters. Congratulations.
Canyon Lake Phone and Computer Repair. The winner is Skipper Williams.
That's a 10% discount. As we get underway, we're here in the 4th quarter. Hand off up the middle to Falcone.
It's a touchdown.
And that's a touchdown.
Yeah, let me give you the rest of those winners.
Yeah, please do.
The Warthog knife is Alexis Valdez.
The finest knife sharpener I have ever seen in my lifetime. I love that. I used it this morning.
Okay. Yeah, it's a good knife. And or knife sharpener. And the glamping, that's at Mystic Shores. Mystic Quarry, right?
Yes, Mystic Quarry. Now, the glamping that's a 2-night stay in a teepee.
Okay, in the teepee.
In the teepee, very nice.
Your winner there is Tina Platt.
Tina Platt?
Yes, Tina Platt.
Oh, my goodness gracious. That's the teacher right there at the old Canyon Lake High School.
That's right.
Well, congratulations.
And we do have a consolation gift. And I'm told that is candy corn lights. Is that correct?
It is. There's a picture of it. I had it in there. You can, if you go down, scroll on down. Can't get over there to the mouse, but scroll on down. Last picture, hit the number 2. Right over there, 2. There it is. That's a consolation prize. Not worth a lot, about $3.50, about $7 worth of value.
Yeah.
But that goes, and who's that go to?
That goes to Gail Lindell.
Gail Lindell.
So you get the consolation prize, the 50 candy corn lights, with 2 of them, right?
Yeah. So I have a big.
Hey, those are great for RVs.
Those are great. It's Halloween. It's Halloween season.
That's right.
It's Halloween season.
It's the perfect time to hang your candy corn lights.
So I owe Michaela Rios and Kim Gray and Angie Rowe a big shout out and a big apology. My brain was not working there for a few moments.
Yep, we've been out here a long time in the sun.
Since 2 this afternoon, so I'm a little baked. But they are Sunshine Realty over there. They're big in the community. They're in Young Life, and we appreciate everything they do. They like to support the community, and that's why they give away Roberts on the Lake, because it's somebody that's local. So they both you get to experience Roberts on the Lake, and they are happy to fund that for you. Again, Angie Rowe, Kim Gray, and Michaela Rios.
We're giving away so many prizes now. I'm going to have to call the Luling City of Public Works to come down here to haul it down for us. This is a truckload of prizes.
This is hundreds of dollars. This is our 374th broadcast as Canyon Lake Broadcasting, and that's a big deal. And we've been giving prizes out for a long time. But I don't know the count on this, but it's that's several $100s worth of prizes that we've just given away.
We gave 9 away today.
And nine things. So there is a handoff to Cottrell. Got his name right. And Cottrell just lowers his boom, and he's going to make the first down as number 11 goes low on him. And he seems a little bit banged up, and so he's going to come over to the sideline as
and he's walking it off.
He's walking it off. That's C.J. Tanner.
A little bit of crazy socks.
So the score's 56-13 as Davenport put another one on the board, and there was a quick toss to Gillum.
That was there.
Was there, and C.J. Tanner, and Gillum says, I should have got it. It was there. He was on it. Now, he was tightly covered by Tanner.
He was. C.J. Tanner doing a good job coming out of that corner position, but I tell you what, we've been throwing darts, and we're getting the ball out of our hands fast, and it's making plays open up. We just stay with that.
Crowder rolls out to his right. Wants to throw downfield, and he's going to throw that away. That's 2nd and 10. That'll bring up a 3rd and 10.
And that was a play that was a long rollout, long time to develop. Coverage caught up. Unable to, he did it. He made a super wise move just then.
Just get rid of it because Gillum was not open.
Nope.
Well, Lampass has tacked on another touchdown. It's 36-24 there over Taylor. No score for Marble Falls and Burnett. Haven't found one of those yet. Scores around the district.
Abbott goes in motion. Crowder back. And he holds the ball just too long right there, and he just gets peppered, and the ball comes out. I think that was going to be, see if they call that a forward pass. I think he was in the act of throwing, and so that'll bring up a 4th down, and they're going to bring in Van Alsdahl just to kick this thing away.
Yeah, his arm was moving forward and just incomplete there.
But again, you got to get it out quick, and not moving him to the left or to the right, letting him stay in the pocket, and he just held it too long. And
and he had a man open there again with that short passing. Just got to get it out. I think LJ said 3 seconds. It might be down to 2.5.
2.5 for this crew.
He's got to get it out.
Yeah. Van Alsdahl gets a little bit better piece of this one. And that's going to hit down around the 30, take a Canyon Lake bounce all the way down to make it the 11-yard line. So that's going to end up being a significantally long punt right there.
It's 51 yards?
I'm going to let you do the math on him.
I think it was 51 yards. Got a good little bounce.
He did.
51 or 52.
Burnet's up on Marble Falls, 24-0. That was the final.
Okay. So there you have it. Burnett winning, and Taylor and Lampasas in a shootout right now.
So in the shadows of Davenport High School, Davenport Stadium, if you go a little further west down 3009, you'll find a really cool place.
Yes.
Natural Bridge Caverns.
Been there.
It is fascinating.
If you haven't been, you should. You should absolutely go.
Yep. And it is the thing that's most fascinating to me is it's a formation that's been around for since 5000 BC.
Yes.
That's the earliest that they have, the earliest they have found existing artifacts. But it was only discovered in 1960.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it hadn't been around long at all. I mean, in terms of commercial operation, it was found by 4 students who were doing some work for Clara Wiest, W-E-S-T.
Got a Wiest on this team. Maybe you're related.
I've been there, and one of the cool things is, have you ever gone down there where you go into complete darkness?
Yes.
That is so cool. You can go way down there, and they close it off, and you are in complete darkness. You cannot see your hand in front of you, 1 inch in front of you. You cannot see anything.
Yes. The deepest under the earth that you get is 180 feet. Now, they've proven that you can get down 230 feet below the earth, and it is approximately 2 miles of paths to get into these different rooms.
Sukup able to make a pass right there to get to Julian Fellon. First time we've seen him. He's a senior. He's going to pick up the first down as Canyon Lake had him back a little bit, and they had jumped off sides.
Does anybody know why it's called Natural Bridge?
Was there a bridge that was formed that you walked across?
Was there a natural bridge in it?
I don't know.
It was.
I don't know.
It was a unusually rigid formation that sat above some extremely soft ground, and it was a naturally occurring sinkhole. So the almost auditorium type entrance that you go through is the natural bridge that was formed by the sinkhole, and that's how these gentlemen discovered it.
That's how they found it.
So the main entrance we walk into, it's a big circle basically.
Yeah.
That's where they got that.
That is the natural bridge. It was formed by a sinkhole that left a formation. That the formation above it was so much harder, it just stayed rigid. It formed a natural bridge.
Wow.
Nice run by Falcone there. And that's going to pick up the first down as they move the chain. No, check that. I think it's going to come just a little bit short. It's going to make a third down.
Yeah, I was very impressed with Natural Bridge Caverns a couple of times that I've been. Just it's an amazing place.
I think my dad decided he wanted to make a whole lot of caves around. So I've been to a lot of them, around. Been out to Carlsbad and the different ones. And Carlsbad is a huge one. It goes for about 3 miles. But of the ones certainly in Texas, this Natural Bridge Cavern is by a far and away the class of what Texas has from a caves perspective.
Has he been to the Monmouth Cave? Or is it the Mammoth Cave?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Man.
Yeah.
They're still finding tunnels through there.
Yeah, so, it's something that I can vividly remember doing as a kid, and a lot of fun. And but we're fortunate to have one right here close, and it's a great afternoon getaway. It takes you into a whole nother world, that's for sure.
It does.
Yeah. So if you just head out west on 3009, past the sign that says property for sale, 180 acres. You'll see a much bigger sign that says.
And Canyon Lake can't get Falcone down. He's going to take it the distance. I thought he was. Tripped him up at the 1 yard line. They had him wrapped up inside the line of scrimmage, and somehow he scored it out of there. Falcone, not the tallest of individuals, but powerful legs on the guy. And
Tristan Alexander just catching up with him to trip up and stop that from being a score.
And Sukup's going to keep it, and he's going to walk into the end zone, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Wolves. And they tack another 6 on the board.
Well, LJ, continue on with it. You drive past the for sale sign, and you see the what?
The really big natural brick cabin sign. It comes at the bend of the road at 3009, and it also is a wildlife park. But what was so fascinating, as many times as I've been there and gone to see that, I never realized why it was called the Natural Bridge Caverns.
Now you know.
Fabulous information.
And that's our Hawk roving reporter. I was a Hawk Country reporter.
The Hawk Country
reporter is what we're calling that little segment, and we usually plug that in a lot of different places. And with that, the kick by Melton is good, and that's going to make it 63-13 as this one is pretty much gotten out of hand.
It's out of reach.
It's out of reach.
But at this juncture, again, I mean, you just put a blanket over the scoreboard.
Yeah,
and
just don't worry about it.
What you're looking at is, okay, how do we respond? What are the things that we're doing on offense that have been successful? How do we continue to find a way to score points? You're looking at things that create weapons for later in district play because, trust me, this is not over. I mean, if you look at the Lamp-Taylor score, there's a bunch of football teams in here that can take each other out.
Oh, for sure, for sure. This is not the end of the season at all for Canyon Lake. You just got to kind of put it behind them. They got to take the positives out of this. Certainly, the short passing game has been effective.
Yep.
And they need to know and just grow in the confidence that they have that as another thing in the arsenal to utilize and to keep people off balance.
You talk about positives, and before that score, it was just a 14-13 game in the second half. It was 42-0 at halftime.
Yes.
But in the second half, Davenport was up 14-13. Of course, they scored another one, but you played better in the second half.
For sure. For sure. They've come out and found a few things that work, and we'll see whether or not they can keep it rolling right here. With 7:14 left in the contest, it's the fourth quarter. I'm sure you'll see a few extra people in there.
Yep, might see some
but they're already
they're
really playing with an incredibly young team right at the moment anyways. And I think that's the one thing that can't be lost on everybody is that, they lost a lot of seniors last year. The seniors they did have this year, I had a number of them that have been injured, and so it is,
There's 14 sophomores on this varsity team.
Wow.
Crowder's back. Again, holding the ball and trying to step up in the pocket.
Oh, no, the ball loose.
And it just came loose. And, again, that's, you just can't. You can't.
Davenport saying they've got it. They do.
And that's a turnover.
So I wish they could hear the statistic, and it is proving me right every time. If we hold on to the ball longer than 3 seconds, we're not successful.
No. Well, and off of these types of plays, like this right here, and then the previous turnover, I mean, again, it's just allowing the Wolves to just get in a feeding frenzy, if you will.
That's right. Well done.
Very good. I have to give you a pat on the back for that one, Darren. I like that.
Well, what do they have it in? Build the pack, BTP.
Build the pack.
Build the pack. So they definitely do it. And there, Sukup just pulls it down. There you go, is that option, and he just waltzes in the end zone and takes it in from about the 20-yard line.
Yeah, and that was a bit of a misdirection. He read option and then squirts out the other way, came off the backside, gets everybody going in one direction, and able to convert that. The extra point attempt.
From Melton.
Melton, is it Melton?
No, it's not Mendez. What is wrong with me, man? Miles Mendez. Good gracious.
Well, Miles Mendez, his foot is going to hurt tomorrow, I predict.
He's been doing a lot of kicking, and apparently so much that I can't remember his name properly. So, put a mark by my name, okay?
Well, I heard Melendez, I heard Mendez, I heard Melton.
I have butchered Mendez all night long.
Yeah.
I have. It's, I don't know, it's been wrong. Not as bad as Coutrer, but I've certainly been butchering it.
Maybe you said his name too many times because he's kicked.
It's got to be somebody else.
Right.
Come on.
The backup kicker's got to have a different name or something.
Well, it is Van Osdal, Coutrer, and Gillum in deep receive. Who's kicking the ball off there?
A guy named Miles Mendez.
Miles Mendez.
There you go.
He said I had a little bit of work today.
I would say we've heard his name a lot tonight, but we hadn't heard the correct name yet.
It kind of reminds me of the track meet, LJ, when you were calling that. I don't remember what her name was, but yeah.
Yeah, I got that wrong, and I was reminded of that. Too.
Yeah, once you get it wrong, it's like I don't know.
Lepa Montagen something.
Yes.
You remember that?
Oh, yes.
Van Osdal takes the fair catch.
But she was fast, so you had to call her name a lot. But
yeah.
Montejano,
That's right.
I don't know. Remember.
And zero chance of success.
Right.
Zero. And I think she ran every event.
Yes.
At least every one that I called. I called 2 hours of that track meet, and I think she was in every one of them.
I know. I stopped right when she started running, and you got her name. So. Sometimes it happens that way, folks, and we apologize. We try to get them right.
We try, but we're not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. So 6:56 left here in the fourth, and Ryder Hopper's in at quarterback, and he's just going to hand the ball off right there, and that was to number 25. That's Caden Lewis, and
what a shift if you think about what Ryder's had to come from, who's been playing defensive end all night, and I mean really getting walloped. Now to come in at quarterback, that's a kind of a change in mindset.
Indeed.
I just got a text. Lepa Montagenante. I don't know who remembered that or why I got the text, but I think I'm saying that right.
Well, you did, because the last race of the evening, I actually got it correct.
Yes, it took you a while, but you got it.
It took me the whole darn track meet.
And that's a long time. If you've ever called a track meet, that's an endeavor right there, man. Tell you what.
Well, we went off a bit there, but it's 70-13. Sometimes things are off a bit.
5:49 left in the contest. And there's another handoff from Ryder Hopper.
Yeah, off tackle to Cash Zimba.
Time just ticking down.
Tick, 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 tick.
Yep, 5:20. Canyon Lake punting again. Davenport hasn't stepped off the gas pedal, though.
No, they have not.
No, they have not called off the Wolves.
This is a bit of a rivalry, so.
I'll mention this again. I heard a conversation. Now mind you, Daniel Sokup is their second string. They've had him in for quite some time. And I heard a conversation with Todd Dodge that I'll never forget, because there's a lot of people that get upset about that. They think they're running up the score. Todd Dodge made an interesting commentary. He said, I'm putting in people that I am teaching how to play football. My job, especially as a high school coach, I am teaching them how to play the game of football. I'm never going to quit teaching. If they happen to be successful along the way, I'm doing what I was asked and being paid to do.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a different twist on it. I know some people say, well, it's unsportsmanlike, but Sokup remains in.
Well, I once played a select baseball game, and I think we laid down like 8 straight bunts and got 8 hits out of it. And the coach kind of got a little upset with me, and I said, well, stop it.
Right.
You just stop it. This is a teaching deal. Have your guy come in and make the play and stop it.
You know, your job is to build a better bunt defense.
Right.
You know.
Wonderlick on the tackle there, holding on to Falcone and pulling him down. Brings up a second and about 3 7-yard carry there by Falcone.
Truth be told, I thought I was doing him a favor because we were hitting the snot out of the ball. So I thought, well, we'll just bunt it, and if we bunt the 3rd strike, we'll just get an automatic out. But he turned into 8 straight bunts, and he thought I was showing him up. I don't know that we could lay down 8 straight bunts again in our lives.
Johnny Anderson, my father, against clearly what was the best team in the league, and had a kid that could throw about 84 miles an hour as a 13-year-old. We bunted the ball 27 times.
Oh, Lord.
We never even tried to swing the bat.
Small ball.
Did it work?
It worked.
Yeah, I like it.
Between that and being frustrated, I got hit in the hip.
Yeah, we got a little movement there, so we had a flag. And that's another one. As got some new guys on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and that's going to happen when you start you start trading in personnel. You're going to see that type of activity go on, and kids are anxious to be in there. They're getting their shot, and they get to play under the lights.
That's right, and it's 3:49 left in the contest.
You got hit in the head. Was that because you laid down 27 bunts? Someone get mad?
Yeah, furious.
Explains a lot, LJ.
It does. It does.
Falcone with the carry. And the scrum, and the ball comes out. We don't know whether the referee's going to say no, he was down.
Yeah.
Ball did come out, but I think J.R. Lindell will try to cover it.
3:18 left. But, in a 70-13 game, I'm very surprised. Neither side, as many people have left this game. It's still a packed house here.
That's right. That's right. Well, you're not just supporting the scoreboard, you're supporting your kids. And the Canyon Lake following has always proven to be faithful.
And there again, Falcone right up the middle. Going to come up just a little bit short. That's going to bring a 4th and 1. And we'll see whether they'll punt this away or whether they'll just line up and do it. 2:37 left. I'm sure that they'll just line up and run it.
Well, there's, you know what? There's a lot of reasons to do that. You can keep your kids safer on a play from the line of scrimmage than you can on punt coverage and those types of things. And the Silver Linings playbook, but one of the things that you need to find positive that came out of this, I haven't seen any injuries on the Canyon Lake side tonight.
No.
In a game like this that can get away with you, when you're not playing your heart out, that can happen. Canyon Lake has continued to play its heart out, and
they have,
and they've never quit trying to be in this game. They have just came up against a buzzsaw.
They have. It was not their night, and I tell you, we saw the athleticism of this team here at Davenport. They're going to be a tough out for a lot of people.
Yep.
And they have a lot of playmakers on both sides of the ball.
They do. And depth at playmaking.
That's right. And the age-old adage that speed kills, it has rung true tonight as they just continue to have people come on the field that are just fast.
Yes. So with 2:04, Coach Zimmerhansel let the clock roll down. Then he called the timeout. And let's see what they're going to end up doing here. Looks like they're going to go ahead and go for it. It's 4th and 1, as you said.
Yeah, if they get the first down here, they can almost kneel it out.
Yes. And Falcone, ooh.
Oh, I think he's short. That's going to be close.
That's going to be close.
I think he made it.
Yeah, they're giving him a good spot there. Yeah. And that's going to be first down, Davenport. Well, yep, there it is.
The way the line judges have worked tonight in coordination with the sticks, it'd be really hard to say.
The Canyon Lake fans here in a 70-13 game thought that was a bad spot. It might have been, but
not happy about it.
They're still getting after it.
They're still getting after it. There's no quitting our fan base. Fans are not quitting either. So now they'll just line up in the victory formation and take a knee.
Yep.
And with 136, they can do that twice, and this will be over. So LJ, I appreciate all the support tonight. Did a good job. Thanks for the insight on the Hawk Country Reporter. That was great. Shout out to Haley Eckert, our Hawk superlative, for not only what she does on the court and volleyball and all the other sports, because she's in a multi-sport player, but also what she's doing academically. So that's good stuff.
And Tuesday we'll be showing another volleyball game, right?
We will. We're back at it again Tuesday night. I believe Bandera comes to town, and that'll be the last volleyball game that we get to cover. They didn't have a lot of home games this year, but that'll be our third one, and that was, it'll be good to be there. And with that, the clock is ticking down. They'll have to take the knee one more time.
Yeah, but always learn something new when LJ speaks.
Well, that's true. That is true. It is new.
Good or bad, but this time good. Learned about the Natural Bridge Caverns.
I have learned a lot, good and bad. So it's good stuff. So thank you, Chad. Thank you for coming in and running the system tonight. I want to thank all the kids from Canyon Lake Broadcasting. That's Evelyn Stevens, the president, Connor Cummings, vice president, Jacob King, Elise Rush, Everett Hector, and Trace Marsalis, who are all here tonight and helping to put on the broadcast. So we really appreciate it. We're going to start packing it up, folks, because we've got a lot of work to do before we get to head back up to Canyon Lake. But on behalf of everybody at Canyon Lake Broadcasting, LJ Anderson, Chad Parma, the entire Canyon Lake Broadcasting Club, we appreciate you watching tonight. And good night and good luck.
Thank you, folks.
Touchdown, Canyon Lake! Holy cow!
Winners, fakes, pumps, up, and good.
And Anderson gets in on the belly, Pete Rose style. Dad, have you been any prouder?
Shot off. There's Pena on a one-timer.
Oh! Back to Bowers to Valtera. He'll launch a three at the buzzer. He got it! Oh, my God! Keep on going. That one is belted deep to left and way gone.
Here comes Coburn for three. Nothing but net.
There goes Bates. Touchdown!